Welcome back, guys, and I hope you enjoyed episode 1. I know it was a bit informative, but I'm back now with a very exciting episode 2, a Halloween Squid Game special. And if you have seen or haven't seen Squid Game, this show will be discussing it, and obviously there will be spoilers, so you might as well go and watch it. And in this episode, I will be talking to two very talented individuals where we will be diving deep into the reality we find ourselves currently looking like characters from Squid Game. So, who are they? Firstly is Charlie Bierman, founder of the clothing line and I would say lifestyle brand, with also interviews with different people from all walks of life, and it's called The Weird Live On. Also has a five-a-side football team. I think it's five-a-side, but I'm not very good at football or know a lot about football. And he's also a football coach, teacher, and Muay Thai fighter. Plus, he's a very good friend of mine, which I think is a job in itself. And secondly is Jesse Chuku, former basketball player, DJ, actor, model, and most recently a YouTube and TikTok sensation, creating videos, comedic videos that are very relatable, I think, to everyone. With over 3 million followers and 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, he's doing pretty good. All while the country was in a crisis as well, so congrats on that, bro. So yeah, all links for where this will be on YouTube and everything will be on the Spotify or Apple Music Play information part. So if you could click the like button and subscribe on my YouTube, that would help as well. So yeah, let's get into it.
It's like I watched it back, I was like, oh my god. At that time, there was no one in the stream, but when you watch it back, you can see that.
I literally started it while you two were laughing.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we're live, we're in.
Hey, let's go.
Let's get to it.
So welcome to the shed, you two.
Thank you, my guy. Fresh off winning Squid Game, you know what I'm saying? Decided not to get on the plane. Spoilers alert straight out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what my next point was going to be. If anyone hasn't seen Squid Game, then you might as well see it before you see this, because we're probably going to be talking about it a fair bit. So yeah, welcome, man. This is episode 2, and it's a Halloween special, obviously. And I wanted to kind of delve into like the reality of like Squid Game, because this series is about, obviously, what reality are we in. So the first, like, I kind of want to just break in a little bit with like a little bit of a deep one, because I like deep questions.
Deep dive. Let's get to it. I love the deep.
What do you think?
I love it deep.
Roy.
Okay.
Jesse, a.k.a. Adele, rolling in the deep and that.
Yeah,
Let's go.
That's why I roll.
Love it.
I love it.
So what, my question is, what are the chances of like Squid Game actually being a reality, do you think?
I'd say 100%.
As in like, you think 100% now there's one like secretly done? Or, because my other question is whether you think it could be a possibility mainstream in the future with where entertainment's going.
I would say there's probably one on the dark web, definitely.
Yeah.
People with money are definitely putting things like this on, without a doubt.
Yeah,
betting
yeah.
on people's lives.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it in the mainstream, just in different ways anyway.
Yeah.
So I would be surprised if there wasn't one already.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
in terms of going mainstream, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
MMA is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, people are like brutally fucking murdered on telly in one way or another by accident or, you know, close to that. So I don't think we're far from it. And then when you think of the show itself, the relatability to it, it's exploded. Not that like people want that, but it's like, why something like that, you know, exploded so well? Like, do we relate to this? Do we want this?
I think it's the characters.
Of
you know,
course.
like just following the stories of each of them, that they're actually quite relatable, like the issues that they're dealing with and stuff like that. They got family problems, or that a lot of people have money issues coming outside of the pandemic. Like it's something that's hit, like it's been a global problem. So a lot of people could kind of see how some of these characters could feel like kind of like they need something to get out of that situation. You know, so when you follow that, it's just like, damn, it's actually so crazy, and you just end up kind of just like rooting for certain characters, you know. So
I mean, just put on what you said, people are in desperate situations now, and I would say there would be people who signed up to do it if it was a mainstream thing. Definitely people are in dire situations where they would do absolutely anything. There's people dying on the streets. There's how many homeless people are going to die through the winter? You're telling me they wouldn't go on a game show where they could win millions and millions?
Billions and billions.
There we go.
Life changing.
But can I ask, would you watch it?
I wouldn't. I mean, like, I'm basically vegan. You start throwing humans in there, it's not going to be good, man.
We didn't say eating.
You vegan with your TV
No,
diet
I'm not
too.
saying I'm going to eat them. I can't watch people fight over there. Like, I'm not even too good at watching boxing or things like that sometimes.
I'm the same way. I'll be looking away when they get in the pub. Like, oof.
Yeah.
I feel the pain.
Because I know that would really hurt me. Wouldn't be able to do it, but...
Oh no, I've got to take this mask off. It's getting too hot in here.
Yeah. I'm gonna see how long I can hack it for as the front man. But yeah, so
So good.
I mean, it's true. Like, the reality of what their lives are in that show is worse outside than it is, you know, inside. And the fact that they all vote as a majority to leave, and then they realise, oh, I'm still in this shit.
That's what I was going to say. I thought that was really poignant. They knew what they were getting into because they'd already come out. But they decided I think there was only about 18 people in the show that decided not to go back. Which shows the sheer number of people willing to go through that. I thought that was a really poignant moment. I really enjoyed that, to be fair.
Yeah.
I was also wondering, how are they going to get them back into it? I thought the whole game was about this game show. And then when they voted out, I was like, what? How are we going to get back?
Yeah.
I think for the next one, it'll be sick.
We'll find you.
I think it would be sick if they added that element of like the public being able to see. Because that would have been interesting in itself. Like, some of them inside the game being like celebrities, and actually just like heralded as like, oh, this is the sickest guy. Do you know what I mean? Like just the warrior. You know, and how would the public even respond to that? You know, I reckon they would like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's also,
or not even believe it's real. You know,
it's the way it could be. I mean, obviously with Squid Game, the watchers or the people that are donating or they're earning money out of it, whatever, it's a very small group. But if it went to something like mainstream, then you could look at it more like a Hunger Games situation. So it's about the government giving back to a select few that through their section of where they live. You know, that reality is they don't want to do it. They feel like it's a reaping, don't they? They're getting pulled away. But they make it look like that's what you have to do in life. You know what I mean? So, and then it becomes publicised and shown to the rich as well. There's quite a lot of similarities with Hunger Games and Squid Games, I think, as well. And I think there's, as media goes, we're going to get more and more bored.
Have you watched Battle Royale?
I was going to bring that Battle
That's
Royale.
like the first
original
one, isn't it?
Oh man, that one's hard.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you got.
Don't they have to wear collars or
Yeah.
something? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then they all. I won't spoil it, but at the beginning, they all kind of get like different weapons depending on like. I can't remember if it was random or whether it was how bad they were in school. But I remember like some just having some really useless weapons and be like, oh, what's this? Another guy's getting a gun. One guy gets like a spade or something, just useless. It's like,
I've got a fork.
Yeah, how's this gonna help? Oh no, that one's really good. You need to watch that one.
Mate, I've got
You got breathe.
The big reveal.
Jesus.
The big reveal.
It's only me. So going back to like Squid Game as well, obviously there's loads of different games in it, but you two have like been really good friends for a long time, right? And I found the one that was most hard hitting for me was when they chose a pair, but then they didn't know what they was going into, obviously. And then, like, the poor guy with the rocks. Why you got to do him like this? Yeah, it was bad. So if you two were in that situation, right, what game would you play?
Basketball.
I just knew.
Plot twist, I've been playing every morning.
Even practicing, you knew it was going to come.
I've been practicing.
I'm like, damn, John. It'll be actually just like the movie then, wouldn't it? It'll be like, what type of friend are you lied to me this whole time? Man's come out like Kyrie Irving, like, just, I can't guard you. Cross my ankles.
Dude,
like.
you got to play basketball with marbles, though.
Oh, that's what you've been practicing too. Like,
I suppose the two guys,
big.
the kind of gangster guy, and he's like, his minion that like switched, like, I'm not your bitch.
Yeah.
that was kind of like, you know, into a hoop, into a hole, that kind of situation. But yeah, I found that a really gripping madness. Like, I was like, right. And the guy it was his wife.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
And then the other guy who's lost his marbles but hasn't lost his marbles.
Yeah.
You know, he's,
Double entendre.
Yeah, double
I
entendre.
thought there might have been something going on. The whole time I thought he was playing some type of game to win. And then he got, obviously...
Yeah, number one.
Yeah.
What is it? It's Gambu.
Yeah.
That was
bare sweet when he was saying that too. I was just,
well, there's the theory that he's his dad. And because he protected him all the way through, innit? Like, he played the game and 456 was the only one to look out for him. Yeah, there's loads of conspiracy theories on it anyway.
his dad.
But also, one of them was a crazy one. Do you remember when he gives him his number one jumper? So that shows to the guards, he's the one I've chosen. He's basically got to be the winner.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, why is he giving him his jumper? He's got his own jumper. And then remember, he's like, I don't know.
It didn't really make sense, his reasoning to giving it to him.
So maybe it signifies to the guards that's number, like...
No, but didn't he piss himself?
Yes, so he gave him...
Oh, he gave... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But also the one part that gave it away a little bit for me with him, I was like, who's this guy, right? Because he's standing at the top going like, everyone's going to die. And he went, stop. Yeah. The front man went, stop it.
He did.
So I was like, right.
Yeah.
And then I was watching it with Georgia, and then it was like, I'm already thinking what's happening. She's like, why you got to spoil it for? Like,
but to be fair, like, I felt like the people in charge, they weren't, they were quite, like, I guess, fair in the way they were treating them. Like, they weren't like just they were rules. You know what I mean? And people had to follow the rules. You can't just like break the rules there. So I felt like even like them voting to stop it in the first place, I was like, oh right, that easy. They could just leave. I was so surprised. Like I thought that they were just like gonna be.
But I reckon they've done that a million times, and they know every time they're
gonna come right back.
Yes, they want that piggy bank, yo. Yeah, it's for me. I watched the first episode and then I went off it. Not really went off it, but then soon as the game started, I couldn't. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, because I found the first one like just like a massacre. You know, it wasn't like red light, green light. You know, it wasn't too crazy. Where is it? Like that one was terrifying for a lot of people, and I think that's why there was a lot of problems around because Netflix apparently was changing it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they're apparently taking some bits out because it's too.
What?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, children in schools have been watching it and things like that because it's the most viewed show on Netflix ever, isn't it?
Do you know how young I was when I watched Battle Royale? Nightmares. There weren't no protections. Weren't no cancelling TV networks.
The one
the VHS thing.
Yeah, Channel 4, stop showing this. Man, I had to get on with it.
The one for me was Chucky. The Killing Doll.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I put that on. I was scrolling through with my friends. I was at my friends for a sleepover. I was scrolling through. I saw Chucky. I was like, Rugrats. Chucky from Rugrats.
Yeah.
Put it on. Bro, my life was never the same. Honestly, I've still got a phobia, I think, against Chucky to this day. I've never seen it. I've never watched it. I've never gone back.
You know, my last name is Chuku, so it sounds kind of like Chucky.
Yeah.
Keep your enemies close, innit?
It's the way Chucky runs, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's little.
Yeah.
So you just think like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He'd be like, up my leg quick. Yeah.
Like the way he stabbed. Oh.
Does he throw that knife as well?
Yeah, I think. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Thrower?
I wouldn't be surprised.
That'll make him like a lot more dangerous, I think. Because I think about it, just a little doll run into long step. Got big steps, just get away. Like. But if he could throw that knife with accuracy, like Wanted too. It goes around the corners. Then he's a lot more dangerous.
Wait, was you talking about the film when he shoots around the person?
Yeah, you know that Wanted, innit?
Is it Wanted?
Yeah, and it goes through the donut.
Is it Angelina
bullet.
Jolie stands
it goes
there?
through the donut and stuff like that. Yeah, and it just goes.
She finishes herself, doesn't she? Like bang. That sounds wrong, but
Yeah. Jeffrey Lil Jon.
Yeah, that'd be my reaction if I saw her finish.
how else could I put that? Really, you know what I mean? But she shoots the gun, the bullet goes all the way around, innit? And then she's the last.
Oh
she's the last.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's finished.
That was a sick movie.
Yeah, I did like that film as well. I mean, it's another one of survival, isn't it? And I think as well with Squid Game, I was doing a bit of research on it, and it was rejected for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So like obviously if we're talking about reality, perspective, but then also I think time, space. So there's times when things can actually come out, and I think as you said earlier, like the fact that everyone's been sort of pushed into an environment, kind of imprisoned in their own kind of situation, and then that kind of individualism is shown through that. They're trapped, and their way out of it is to go through these situations. So I think that's kind of why something does explode when you look at the facts of what it is or what it's portraying, and then you can relate to everything that's happened in that way. But like, can you imagine being him and being like rejected for 10 years?
Yeah.
But like also being him
just
trying to get it across what you're trying to do. Yeah. There's going to be like these orange soldier guys, and they've got like a triangle and a square and a circle on their head.
Like, get out of here. Who let him back in here? With these crazy ideas.
He had to sell his laptop as well, apparently, because he couldn't afford to live. So he had to pause writing the script for a certain amount of time, sell his laptop. Then I guess he got some jobs, whatever. And finished the script. I think
that probably made the script better.
Yeah.
Probably wrote that type of stuff, that energy in there.
Yeah, of course. Like a similar story to that Stallone. He had no money. He had £100 in the bank, and he had a dog. So he sold the dog. Luckily, he could have sold it to someone in their house or whatever, but he sold it at his local newsagents, I think. Don't take me on this full quote of the story, but still, he sold it, and then he managed to finally get the script and everything through for Rocky. But they said, we'll do it, but we don't want you in it. Like, you can't act. Like, you're not like, like Adrian. You know what I mean? But no one else could have been that. But what he did was go back and find the guy after he got it, and he got obviously in the film and the script, and he went back and bought the dog back for, I think, $15,000. And the guy said he'll only sell it back to him if he gets a part in the film, and he's got a part in the film. So, Squid Game director, where's your story at, bro?
That's a crazy story.
Yeah, it's mad. Like, obviously, where some people can be in this position to try and get their dream going, you know what I mean? And they'll sell everything they got for it.
I mean, it just shows that it doesn't come overnight. Also, like I think that's what it is to me. It's about that. You know, sometimes you do have to play that long game. Like, you see that meme when people are like mining towards the diamonds, and one's turned back right at the last moment, and it's like if you keep going, you'll get there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no promise that you'll ever get there either. And I guess it's all about the journey. The journey should be.
Yeah.
But that like doing that, I think like it gives you your best bet. You know, if you're willing to sacrifice everything with belief like that, there's more to it than that just being like the money that you're sacrificing. It's like the commitment, you know, to actually do it. Like, because when you make that commitment, it's also like you're gonna push that extra mile. You're gonna like put yourself out there that just a bit more. You're gonna go after that opportunity there, here, and there. So I think that there's a lot more to it than just I'm just gonna sell my dog.
Yeah. Or there's of course.
Yeah. I didn't say you meant that, but I'm just saying. I'm just looking at it.
That's like an Illuminati deal. Like, if I sell my dog, I'll get success.
Success, Illuminati thing. You welcome, come. Only dogs.
Come into the circle.
Is this you signaling? Like, if there's anyone out there that wants to buy a dog or turtle, a tortoise, if there's
no, he ain't for sale.
Think about the success.
But it's true. I think when you have a B plan, you can often use that too much.
Right.
I think there's definitely a lot of things like creatives like ourselves. Like, you do need You either need money coming from somewhere else, or you need some sort of steady income or something going through so you can push that dream. But at other times, you just got to go for it in the position you are. But I think it does take a long time for all the cogs in a clock to start ticking, and then I think, like this guy, it took 10 years. He did not fucking give up. So
I think that's what I respect most about you, and what's impressed me about your character the most, to be honest. Just the fact that since I've known you, the amount of time, like, first of all, how you've gone for everything that you've wanted, or each idea that you've had. And also there's been times when you've had to refocus, or I've seen you in some deep, dark, quiet places.
Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah. Honestly, it's amazing.
I'm alive. But it's true. But I think, like you say, I mean, you're a strong individual. I've seen you before a fight and after a fight.
Losing a fight.
But both times you could probably still murder me in the section. But I haven't had to you're both kind of athletes in that way. I mean, through basketball and through there's heavy training that goes into both Muay Thai and basketball. So it's like, if you were put through the test through something like this, how do you refocus your kind of stress levels before a game or before a fight? If it was something like this, you're going to die. But that, in both things, you can be seriously injured. So what's your kind of process in a sense of kind of building yourself through that part? Is it just stay positive in that perspective, or Charlie or Jesse?
For me, I think it helps just being in the moment and being and accepting everything that I'm feeling about the game or whatever I'm gonna face. Because I think for me it doesn't really work to be like, oh no, this game, if it's a big game for instance, oh no, I'm gonna do amazing, it's gonna be sick, do you know what I mean? If I'm nervous or if I feel some type of way, and I feel like it's better to accept that feeling and then just rethink it or reimagine it. Do you know what I mean? And just redirect it into the performance, and that's whatever I'm feeling. It's just to use that. So even if something happened, just say I had an argument with someone before the game or something like that, or I'm going through or something like that. Finding a way to use that energy, direct it into the performance. I think that's what could actually make you have special performances. I've always found that if there's nothing's going on and it's just I'm in the mundane just cycle of just week after week, I'm in the apartment, practice, and then just game and stuff it's cool. But a lot of times when I'm having some type of challenge that I'm going through or something, just figuring out how I could use that to shift it into positivity. Yeah, of course. And not in a way of oh great, everything's happy and great, but actually just using it as to chisel down my focus into the game, I guess.
Yeah. That's a very good way of doing it. I mean, I think we all have one source of energy in a body situation, and emotion is something that can play with that part. So I think if you can direct that emotion into a good emotion rather than a bad one, but it's difficult to do. What about you, lad?
I mean, I think things for me have changed a lot over the years, because I probably had my first fight maybe late teens, early 20s, and I was just a firecracker, I guess. I was just ready to go, and there were insane nerves, but I guess I just pushed it down just with pure, I don't know, just that raw emotion of excitement and rage and nerves. And just kind of tried to go for it just with that. It's that youthful exuberance kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Just
like a buzz, would you say?
It's literally it felt like a life or death buzz. This could be it. I think I had my last fight.
Was that the one I went to?
Yeah, that was probably
intense.
3 years ago now, almost to the day.
That's an inside joke.
and it was it was very different. It was a very different process, a very different feeling. It was much more. I was a lot more calm, and I guess I tried to accept each emotion more. And there would be days when I was just so, they say when you're a fighter, the fighting is the fun part. It's the training and the weight and trying to make the weight, and then you've got to dehydrate yourself for the weigh-ins the day before and things like that. That's the grueling part. Like that's and it saps so much mental strength as well. Almost to the point when you're like, fuck, I can't wait for this to be over. Can't wait to eat what I want to eat and everything. But and even lately, like I've been having these conversations with Jesse a lot because, as you mentioned, like we've got the 7-a-side football team, and it's nowhere near the same.
Yeah, 7-a-side. Sorry,
7-a-side championship, Market Road Sevens champions.
Plug.
The Premier League, we finished 4th last year, but don't worry, we're coming. Don't worry, this season.
Sick. I love watching.
But Jesse's been coming to the games and that. And we've just been discussing mindset and stuff, just because obviously I respect his opinion, and there's some games you're excited for, some games I don't know, you might feel a bit off or nervous, and we've been having these conversations within the past couple of weeks, and you've been giving me some great advice. Even another one which I thought was very, I don't know, some people might not have found it, might not have thought about it, but it's picturing yourself as your favorite athlete. And at first it really made me think. And do you want to explain it? Because you said
I mean, definitely, especially because I don't play anymore. Like, I definitely don't mind sharing some of my secrets. Top world-class performance, no joke. No, but definitely, I'll say something that's helped me was, especially when I would feel like nervous or something before a game, was just to like picture, like actually pretend and like embody like my favorite player. So I always like to pick LeBron because he does like a lot of little motion stuff. Like he's always like rubbing his hands like this on his shirt and stuff like that. Just doing these like just crazy like type of like egocentric, do you know what I mean? Just things and all that. And I would like in the warm-ups and stuff before the game, I'll just let me just try this, and I'll like fully commit to the role of like acting like LeBron. And no one would say anything about it really. Like never heard after the game someone just say, what are you doing, like acting like LeBron, trying to like dunk through the legs and stuff like that before the game. But like I'll totally commit to it. And the times that I was fully focused in doing that were some of my best performances. So I think that there's something in that in itself, that when you kind of like play with that, you kind of catch the role, and then you forget that you're pretending to be this player, and then instead of that, you're just having the same energy as that. You know what I mean? So it's just like you allow yourself to be your best self. I think.
Yeah. Do you think that in a way the visualization helps?
Yeah.
That you've seen someone do it, because for me, like, give me a textbook, take me 10 years to learn something. Let me watch it on YouTube, I can learn it in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? If I can see something like that, then I can imitate it quite quickly, I think. And that, I think when you can visualize the goal or visualize how you want to behave in a situation, it helps. But also where you were saying about how you, if you had an argument before, whatever, a game or whatever, you'd use that energy and change it. It's about drowning them thoughts in a way, like that. I don't want to relate to that. I'm going to be this. I'm going to do that. So I think, I think if I could choose Michael Jordan and I could visualize what he does, but I'm never going to get on a basketball court and do that, though.
I mean, it's in regards to that, it's getting out of your own way, isn't it? Like you're ignoring your own
the self of the self.
And your self-perceived limitations, and you're thinking, if LeBron could do it, I'm gonna, like, you're not even thinking I'm gonna try it. You're acting as if you're him, so therefore you almost do it.
You don't have your own self-limitation.
No, there you go.
That's because you're LeBron.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then after a while, it's just you're not even LeBron. You're just playing. Do you know what I mean? Without limitations.
Because you're trying things you might not necessarily try.
Exactly, because who am I to try to do this or to? Do you know what I mean? But it's just I'm my favorite player right now. Do you know what I mean? Like that helps at the beginning for sure. And then really, I think it helps you get into flow. Sure. And it's just the whole visualization thing is kind of like the whole thing with the minute mile. You see that when up until that's sorry.
The minute mile. Like, we can get there. We'll go and try it.
Now everyone doing it in 55 seconds, just because I said it. No, but up until a certain point, like no one did it under that time, and then once one guy did it,
I think there was another 3 people that year or something like that. One person did it, like or 6 people did it the same year as he did it, kind of thing. It just takes that one person, one person to show it's possible, doesn't it?
It really helps.
And I think that's now we're in this kind of like this kind of, the internet's like 20 years now. So now we're in this kind of like, it is at its point of, I don't know how much more connected we can get. You know what I mean? So I think like everyone watching everyone else is doing everything into it, like a virtual world, obviously, is the next one. Why are you smiling at me?
Don't know how much more connected we can get. Hey.
Yes, darling.
Get a room.
But where I was going with that, like obviously you've had serious success in the last, year or so, really. Is it a year?
Yeah,
With
just
TikTok?
over a year now. Just over a year.
Yeah. And that, so you started that through lockdown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the lockdown hit, and the basketball season was like, we're not playing anymore.
Yeah.
I was just in the apartment for a couple of weeks, just playing Call of Duty, which was good times. Call of Duty every night.
Yeah.
But it was just boring, and I had nothing to do, and it was just so, especially because I was so used to the routine of playing basketball the whole time.
Yeah.
Someone suggested that I hop on TikTok and make a video on there. I was just like, what? But at the time, like I was trying to build like my social media stuff and all that, because I was doing like some modeling jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just thought, okay, it could kind of help with that stuff. So I tried to do something, and like from the first video, I remember having like 1,000 views or something.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot, especially for being new on the app.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't even have 1,000 people following me. And I was just like, oh no, this is sick.
Yeah, the reach is really good with
the
TikTok,
reach was good.
Yeah.
And then it was just after that, it was just like building more and more comfort, because I remember even the first video that I even like spoke in, like I just felt a little bit reluctant to even speak. Especially at that time, there was a lot of people that were doing that, like not just using other people's audio and stuff like that, because I don't know, I feel like it does feel a bit weird the first time, like if you haven't like really recorded yourself so much.
Yeah,
like,
I can relate. I mean, last year I was in the shed in here on my own talking to myself.
So there was a lot of challenges at first, personal challenges, but I mean, I felt like I had like something there, that I really believed that like I could do something with it. So I just kept going with it.
Yeah. I think the formula you got's great, like just the relatability of it, and that you can just, I saw you at Box Park and you were like, yeah, I've just thought of another one while I was on the train. So I think if you find sort of a process where you can just replicate and do those things, and I think put a bit more effort than that, I think what you do is great.
And all respect to the guys that just keep it simple and stuff. I envy them, because I wish I wish sometimes or not even to come up with a simplicity, but I wish the process didn't always have to take so long, because I have so many different ideas. Like I have to fully commit.
I rate the editing side.
Thank you.
Because one-man magician. He does everything, bro.
Yeah.
When I tell you this guy's a magician, self-taught as well, it's insane, man.
Oh, thank you.
Honestly, bro, come on, man. I tell you this all the time. Honestly, this guy films, edits, acts, gets the sounds, something that goes over people's heads, gets the stems, gets the sounds, does everything. Yeah. Honestly, it's insane. Yeah. It's insane. It's a magician in real life.
It is real hard. Like I'm really bad at being on a computer for a long time.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I build computers.
Yeah.
So if you need a computer built, let me know.
Honestly, since secondary school,
I've always loved it, and it does tie in with like the editing quite well.
So you enjoy the editing process? For me, like it's just like OCD anxiety.
What do you edit with?
Premiere Pro, but you use
DaVinci Resolve. Listen, I've used Adobe for a while.
Yeah.
They're not paying me, so let me not even mention it. I'm joking, but Adobe's great. Adobe's great, but DaVinci Resolve, I really do feel that it was because it's free. There's a free version that it's like really good. You don't really get to the limitations until you're really like doing some advanced stuff.
Yeah.
And I just felt the whole way they go about the program is quite intuitive. Yeah. So once you understand how to use it, it's a bit more. For me, it feels like a bit more. It's a bit more creative. The way you could use it. So I don't know. For me, it keeps the process fun.
Yeah. So if anyone's editing videos out there, you know where to go do it.
It's free version's really good. I rate it. I rate them for giving out a great free version. To be honest.
Yeah, calm. So, I mean, obviously this series is called "What Reality Are You In?" And I think we're staying on the same topic of like social media. I don't know if you do know about the metaverse, where we might be going. So like, what do you think about maybe obviously, like it's gonna be like, yo, it's not like go down the pub. It's like, yo, like obviously how we do anyway with like Call of Duty and shit like that. But this, if we turn into like an immersive kind of situation where like you jump in,
Ready
and
Player
then
One.
you know, then you've got the NFT environment, you've got your clothes that you wear in there.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Skins.
then I think these games, like, what's the difference between Squid Game being a reality in this reality where someone really dies, or being a reality in a metaverse or a place where people go and play where you feel like it's a reality?
You respawn.
Yeah.
It's not as fun, is it?
It's not as real. But then if you feel it and then you wake up after, is that like after death?
Who says that's not what we're going through right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Simulation theory.
I feel,
yeah.
Who's speaking? What? No, I just feel like when no, if in a virtual world they could wipe like your memory that you realize that it's virtual, it would make things feel like they have more
like
value.
this.
Maybe it will be like this.
Born,
we could be in that right now. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think if for instance, if I just put on some virtual headset and everything and whatever, and then all my whole body feels like I'm in a virtual world, I feel like anything I do there might not feel like it has as much as much weight. It's like when you go into a video game, the reason that like, just say you're playing GTA Online, the reason people just running over each other, jumping off buildings, because there's no
in that perspective, there's no there's
consequence.
No risk.
There's no risk. There's no consequence.
risk. You just come back after a second.
So does that guy.
Exactly.
You go around the block. He's gone.
Nothing really matters that much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that I don't know if really things will shift like that far, but it could. But I just feel like
I think they will if you look into like 20, 30 years ago, ping pong on the screen.
Oh, what Pong?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pong, yeah. Or Space Invaders, you know. And now you look at like GTA, you know, you look at like virtual reality, everything else. I think another 20 years, you know, it's going to be that kind of situation. Whether it's going to have what we're in a way as humans blessed with, when you're born, you don't remember. You build into a world of growing, innit? So I think if it has that, you go in, you forget.
Do you think people will prefer that though?
I don't know if they'll prefer.
Would you
to go in and forget?
Would you? No. In general, would you prefer if you could just go into a virtual world where anything's possible and stuff like that? Do you think you'll prefer that to real life?
I hope not.
That's like the Matrix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, no, because he took. He took.
The Matrix is everywhere.
Oh, you got everything on that? No way. You didn't even scroll or anything. It was literally like it was ready.
I know where they are.
You're more.
Ryan seeing into the future.
Yeah,
the references we're gonna use, like.
Yeah, amazing.
What you mean?
It's me though. I mean, even it's red pill, blue pill, innit?
Yeah.
But that's the problem with that situation.
Yo,
like,
what? Yo, that is insane.
But he said to him, you know, he doesn't tell him about what he's going into. So the way you're putting it across to me, you know, is would you want to do that? But by wanting or knowing, then really, you know, in this instant, but when you arrive, you don't know. The memory's gone when you're in the game. So I don't know. And if you're saying, would I want everything to be easy and different? Probably not. Because then I think boredom creeps in, depression creeps in. You know, you can have all the money and everything else and drive around and run over people. But I think if that's your psyche in the game, then that could become really fucked up when you come out of it. But then if you don't remember, then what does it matter?
Westworld.
Yeah.
Westworld.
There's a new one of that coming out as well.
Oh, is it?
I
I thought they finished it.
Nah, I like that a lot, but I think the last
Season.
I didn't even watch it.
I agree.
It got
I
dead.
agree.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna have to.
I agree.
It was like too much.
Yeah.
You got nothing to say on
No,
that.
for me,
I just agree. Like it was just like
it's so true. It's
they
so
just
true.
tried to. It's like they didn't really know. Like after a while, like where they were heading with it, kind of like the Lost stuff. It was just like, okay, wait, what page are we on right now? Like what's the goal? Like what are we trying to get across here?
Yeah.
But it just kind of just started to feel like they're just trying to add more season,
because they're making money.
Yeah.
It's loads of people watching it. It's a hit show. Let's keep adding.
Yeah.
Adding layers.
When things become a franchise in that way, I think, you know, look at Star Wars and everything else. Like, I don't know
Game
the
of
name.
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? It's just like, and then I think there is every single imitation of the original Spider-Man there could be now. Like, just stop. I know the younger generation have got
make
this.
something new.
Let them
Takes
see
me
the
from the art,
classics
innit?
as well, though. Like, you know what I
something
mean?
new.
Yeah, make something new as well.
But this is what I was talking about, bottled water earlier on.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
What was that? Sorry.
A bottle of water. Honestly, it's become like a Fast and Furious franchise in itself. Where it's just like, it started off as just like, just a regular, like going in the shop, like, what do you want on board? But I'm taking it to like court, like police getting involved. Like, the next episode, I'm probably going to be in space. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? Like, shall I just end it? Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, I understand where the producers and stuff are coming from, because it works and people want it. Like, these, it's like, if you don't do another one, it's just like there's a huge market of people. Actually, it's not even fair calling it a market. There's demand in general. There's demand. These people begging me, man, when's the next Bowl War coming up? It's like, I don't want to break your heart, but I'm just maybe no.
Yeah,
like, no, what? Oh. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to break people's hearts.
No.
So it's just like, for me, like with that stuff, it's all about keeping it fresh for me and alive for me, and also just the balance of like pleasing also like the people.
The people. I mean, I think when you look at the audience that's buying it, and then like if you look at Apple's audience, we all know there's an iPhone 1100 out there, right? But they drip feed in the sense. Yeah. But it's like they make small improvements of something that works extremely well. So I think like with fashion and stuff like that, with something like that, it's about changing it up, just the style maybe every now and then, something like that going through the process, and then you've still got the same thing but different. What was you gonna say there?
I think what I was gonna say is, I think where you have the demand isn't there for every, like the quality. What we were talking about before, the other franchises, quality goes. Yeah, they've like. So Lord of the Rings, for example, they made 3 films, not including The Hobbits. They made 3 films, 1 for each book. Yeah. And it's regarded as one of the best trilogies ever, I'd say. Yeah. Same with, I'm assuming they've done the same with Harry Potter, but maybe they might have split one book into 2. I'm not too sure, because they've done a part 1 and part 2.
Part 2, that was one of the last ones,
Yeah. But it's like, with these other things like Fast and Furious or Game of Thrones, for me, as soon as it surpassed the books and they were rushing to make the next one, the quality went. Yeah. I think with your videos, the quality's still there. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why the demand is still there.
Yeah. And also, I mean, you're not... It's not just the bottle you're selling yourself, and then people want to buy into that because they also find it funny. And I think when you find something funny, and then as soon as they're drinking that, someone's going to ask that about that, and then straight away it's like who you are, So it's good. I think that's what's good to see coming from a clothing background. Dirty Rich was never attached to me, and I kind of like that in that way. But then it's kind of nice now. Podcasters have merch, and it's identifying the person that you can relate with and what they're selling. So it's nice that everyone in this world now can make, merch quite easily. You can make kind of anything really just from the click of the internet now these days, which I think is nuts. So yeah, what was I going to say on that one? I think with the Squid Game,
have a drink of water.
Yeah, have a drink of water.
A water break.
I think plug. Oh man. But yeah, I was gonna say more with Squid Game as well. Paired up basketball, you're obviously gonna lose, Charlie.
You obviously haven't seen me play basketball.
Yeah, so going into like the Matrix as well, that's the only thing I'm worried with. The new film coming out.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Ooh.
I know, but as you're saying...
I'm worried.
Is it? You think they're going to ruin it? I think they already ruined it. I think this is redemption. Yeah, I feel like this is redemption. When I saw the trailer, I mean, this is how it always is with trailers, really. But when I saw the trailer, I thought this is redemption. Like, they're actually going to... They've had a long break. I just feel like this is going to be refreshed. Yeah. But I could be wrong, but I'm ready for it to be good.
Well, also, I think both of them... are now trans. It was 2 brothers.
Yeah, that's right.
And one of them's just the mother's died apparently, I think. So one of them wasn't fully in this one, directing as well. So together they wasn't, I think. That's what I read somewhere.
So just one of them.
So just one of them.
Okay.
So I hope that's not like one mind missing, you know. But
It's only 50% of the script.
of a brain, like you need two of them to make one brain.
but they obviously developed both of them together. So you know what I mean.
Didn't
But
they steal it though? That's what I was seeing. They stole it off a woman.
that story comes out
that-
every time. Though it's like Microsoft was actually a kid, and Bill Gates got it from his like small cabinet in the top. It was, you know, I think that
Facebook with Mark Zuckerberg as well.
that was theft, like straight up.
So they didn't steal the script. Because that's what I was hearing.
I don't know.
Those two,
I haven't heard it.
You mean
I
the
haven't
two
heard that story.
twins?
Yeah, I
yeah.
heard they stole the script from some lady.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, a lot of it is old wisdom, The Matrix, the way
Yeah, I
they've
guess-
come through.
I guess,
like,
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. I think they've delved into philosophy a lot and everything else. But apparently, Will Smith was actually meant to
Yeah, I
play
saw that.
Neo or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
And
saw it.
but they put it across to him like they didn't really tell him about the story. They was just like, yeah, we're gonna have like big green screens and like 100 cameras, and you're just gonna be there like this. And he was like, okay, I'm good.
That would have changed his whole career.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily think it would have been
Yeah.
like lesser or better, but it just
No.
it would have been in a different direction. I think.
I can
Yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, you can get trapped into that environment
Yeah.
of, you know, like, is it Jason Statham?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
he's just he must be exhausted. He's like a permanent warrior, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he must just get out of bed like, what?
Who was it
Some
in
high alert.
Taken? Who was it in Taken?
Neil, I'm terrible with. I'm gonna say that
Same.
now anyway. So anything I've got wrong, yeah, whatever. Like I'm gonna get the names wrong. Liam
Neeson.
That's the one.
Every single film, every poster, he must say, "Let me just give me a gun and let me look like I'm chasing someone." every single film. Bro, I think Liam Neeson's controlling us because how can that just switch off as?
It's gone.
Shout out Liam Neeson if you're listening.
Yeah. I will find you, and when I do,
Particular.
I've got to leave Little John now. I think he's overplayed.
Little John will never be overplayed.
Yeah, it's actually jokes. I love
But
that.
yeah, you can get trapped in that, even with like, you know, like I was saying to you before the pod, the reason why I want to do it in a season basis and different question basis is because I find we can get bored. And like with what you're doing, if it becomes the same thing, obviously every time I have people here or every time I'm talking to myself, I generally like to make it a different conversation. But then I have a perspective and a reality that I like to discuss a lot of the time and then see what other people think to my perspective. So I think like the reason I want to do it in a series basis is so that I can shift it to something else when time changes and everything else.
Yeah.
And like that, you can do that with your videos literally every single day, you know, which I think is a good platform and where I think everything is kind of going. You know, everything has to change all the time. And I think where you're saying about these, you know, franchises just drown in it, like just keep it going, you know. I think it will have to become new again and die probably. You know, Squid Game, I even thought at the end, like the guy's got purple hair now. He's minted. And like, but he was never like the danger guy. He was like, I think he got through it with, like killing with kindness, yo.
Yeah, exactly. It's not unrealistic.
Yeah, I would have been fine if it would have ended. I would have been
fine if it ended.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Isn't
like,
that what he wanted? Isn't that what the writer intended? He didn't intend for there to be season 2. Because I remember straight after, I remember searching, is there going to be season 2? Do you guys see anything about it? So initially they said no, and then they
but
kind
then
of had to
Netflix
convince
is like,
him,
yo, by the way, numbers, we need more.
Yeah, because I think didn't he like do everything by himself
Yeah.
for it? Like, didn't he direct it as well?
Yeah.
And produce it. I think he did like the whole works.
Yeah. It
So,
cost 12 million, which I think is a low budget for.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they're filming it in one place, kind of look like, but still, the kind of structures and like that terrifying thing at the beginning, the doll, that couldn't have been too cheap to make. You know what I mean? But not $1 million.
Also,
but.
I think they actually used 456 people, if I'm not mistaken,
is it?
in that scene. Like they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
CGI
yeah.
people in. I
that's
think they
sick.
actually used all the extras,
Yeah.
That's sick.
which I think is sick.
Yeah, I think with 12 million, you should be able to. Yeah, Yeah, imagine if they didn't tell them though, even though what we're doing, you know what I mean?
Just react like
Yeah. Just react. You're gonna be in here. You're gonna be a bit bloody.
That would be smart from the director because
real reactions. Yeah.
the terror on people's
terror.
I think what hit me hard with it though is the shots, like the way, you know, if you go back to like Breaking Bad, we go back to things like that, like it was always the PVOs that were really good, and like you know the one where he's holding the guy.
Oh yeah, that was sick.
He's like,
yeah, that was sick.
I'm like, that is just mad. But then it was the first shot or the second shot, the girl is like, you know, the main cover most people have seen is the blood on the girl's face. You know, stuff like that. I think it was so impactful that's probably why I got turned down a hell of a lot.
So artistic. It is amazing. It's really amazing. But then would you put it top 5 of yours ever?
No.
Top 5 shows?
No. I don't.
You wouldn't break it, would it?
Maybe. I mean, right now, yeah. Number 1, y'all. But no, I don't know. I mean, there's been some like Lost, but that was like get lost with Lost. You know what I mean? Oh, no, another series, and every episode's a cliffhanger. I don't know what's going on.
Which ruins it, I think.
Yeah, because you just got that feeling every single time.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Also, it's Halloween.
Yes.
So. Ooh. I literally got no spooky ones.
What? For Halloween?
I mean.
Hold on. Wait, there must be a button for the smoke machine.
Yeah, should we put a bit of smoke?
Yeah, let's get smoky in here.
Yeah.
Also, every time I say something cool, I want someone to hit that button as well.
I stood in front. I think that's it. Too much.
Nah, that looks sick.
It's all on mine. It's not really getting over to you guys.
I will, because it won't leave the shed. I insulated this thing 20 mil thick. Was a real bad move.
It's on camera. Like if this is a live stream.
Literally out cold.
Yeah, 8 hours elapsed.
Yeah. This is how we enter Squid Game. By the way. So yeah, you were saying before, I think when we was in Sainsbury's, you were saying about you always get Halloween, you always get you have to wear the streetwear clothes.
Oh yeah. I never had I never like go in to get like a costume and stuff like that. So my excuse would always be like, yeah, I'm a street kid.
Yeah.
I'm a street kid. And one of my friends sent me a video of me saying this like 2 years ago or something like that at some like Halloween party. And then I was just, oh no, I have to make that into a sketch. So I'm gonna try and quickly hustle to make that before. When's Halloween? On Friday?
Today.
No. What are you talking about? When is Halloween?
Sunday.
Sunday. Oh, okay, no, I have time, but still.
Yeah, you'll do that. You'll do that.
Yeah.
Street kid. That's why I am today. Street kid.
I mean, it's an easy one.
Is it?
So you've never dressed up?
No, I have, but that's my go-to. Because you have to think.
My go-to is me.
I'm not a street kid. No, I am. No,
it's your normal clothes. You're not buying anything new.
No, but you guys, you have to be honest. Like, think about it. I'm 6'8". Because even today, look, I had the whole thing. Went to the shop. Oh, have you guys got like red jump shit or something? No. But we have these stuff. I was like, okay, cool. What size you guys got? Small, medium, not large. Nah. I was like, what? I'm not even large. I was just asking. I'm double XL. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to find costumes that are in my size.
I mean, all you could do in that situation is cut the arms and cut the legs.
Yeah.
Bodysuit.
Yeah. Do something like that. Like just have to make. I mean, that's why I just be a street kid. Yeah. It's easier.
I think the last time I dressed up was.
Sorry, that was bare sad.
Bring out the violins.
I'm too tall,
It all started when he was 6. Now keep playing it. He was 6'8". He could never wear costumes. Halloween was a no-go. Christmas He wasn't Santa.
He was a street kid.
Hit him with a little jar.
Yeah, always. Yeah, I mean, Halloween, I had a little look because I was like, where's even Halloween come from?
Oh,
Hallows Eve, right?
oh,
Yeah, so like
mistaken.
what I was reading, I've written it out. Well, I've copy and pasted. It's it originated in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, I think it is pronounced, and it's when people used to do bonfires and wear costumes to warn off ghosts. That's apparently what it's from. So I mean, now all we do is egg buses. But I think the last time I dressed up was with you.
Oh yeah,
Harry
Pothead.
Yeah.
Harry Pothead, and I was Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Come on, they should have gave me that role. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, you go away from it and now you're back again.
I'm back again.
The series never ends.
Got my hair. Yeah. Well,
You just want that franchise to keep going.
that's what I'm really mad at.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
really
yeah.
mad at. I could have been in that. But that laugh was a bit too hard, bro.
No, I could just imagine you just use that line all the time, like just when Game of Thrones and something like. Should have been me. Imagine you all the
Yeah. I like Halloween though, man. I think it's fucking
man.
sick. But we don't really do it like the Americans do. But like the Americans have kind of taken it from us in a sense, or taken it from the Celtics. You know what I mean? But I think it's like Christmas over there, isn't it?
They like their holidays that you have to spend a lot of money.
Right? Based on consumerism.
Anything, any excuse to spend money.
Yeah.
Over there, like that holiday is gonna be big. So Halloween, especially when I first went there, especially me always dressing up as street kid and stuff. I didn't really understand these Halloween parties. When I went there, like I did try and make an effort. I had like a mask or something like that, but I didn't understand the culture. Where it's just like you don't just wear a mask. Like
you gotta
you gotta have like a whole thing. You gotta be like some movie character or something iconic or something. Do you know what I mean? Not just wear some scary mask. Because I remember I bought like just some monster mask or something like that, and I went to the party and I remember everyone just be like, "So Jesse, what are you?" I was like, "Oh, it's Halloween. I'm a monster, innit?"
Generic monster.
I was like, "Damn, I tried." Like, usually I'm a street kid. Like, come on, give me.
Got a whole mask.
I bought a mask, like damn. But yeah, no, definitely the holiday is
for sure.
It's massive there. People go in on those costumes. Usually it's like a whole weekend. People have there's gonna be like 2 or 3 parties on 3 different days. You know what I mean?
I love Halloween, man. I actually love Halloween. My best Halloween was in Australia. When I was in Australia, I was traveling. And I was staying in Cairns at the time, like in like the kind of northeast. Anyways, I was staying in a hostel, so I didn't know what to wear. I didn't know what to dress up as. I'm a traveller living out of a backpack. So
that's what you were dressing up as.
Yeah. No, so I
Jon
bought,
Snow on the road.
I bought a Hawaiian shirt, got my hair like cornrowed, and I was like, oh, what's the guy from Spring Breakers? Alien from Spring Breakers.
Yeah.
Bro, hella niche film. Have you actually seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Spring
very,
Breakers.
very weirdly shot, isn't it? But it's cool.
It's a really artistic, amazing looking. Like, But it's James Franco's character basically in Spring Breakers.
Yeah.
I was like, like it's easy. I bought just a Hawaiian shirt, got my hair just kind of like braided, whatever. Anyways, done a outfit, what's it called? Like competition at the hostel. Fam, no one knew who it was. Not one person. Actually, I don't think one person. Everyone was like, "Who's that? Who the fuck is that?" Then went to the club, bro, and they got like everyone who's dressed up on the stage, bro. When I tell you. I won the whole thing. I've got pictures. I beat the Hulk. Yeah,
I've got pictures.
Bro. Do you know who I started saying I was? Sean Paul, fam. The whole thing. No, Shaggy. I started saying I was something like that.
Wasn't me,
bro. I won the whole thing, my guy.
What? Switch up the characters.
Bro, switched up, bro. Same clothes, switched up the characters, bro. Everything's in perception. That's how you know. Everything's
crazy.
In perception.
That's crazy.
What reality were they living in to let me win that with a Hawaiian shirt and some?
One that was working in your favor for sure.
Let's go. Let's go. Make your own luck, yo.
Yeah. I mean, there's one person, I don't know why, but I always want to dress up as, and who knows what's going on there, but it's Miss Doubtfire.
That's so funny.
Because I think it's fucked up. But I just think people just, I've never seen a Miss Doubtfire on Halloween. But that's also, you know the part where the tits are on fire? Pure carnage.
just dress up as tits on fire, that fire. That's hilarious.
I mean, if you set
Literally.
yourself on fire, that'd be one tit on fire.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't work out too well. I think all of that, or
That's hilarious.
Jack Sparrow,
Oh, that'd be a
That's a
good
good
one.
one.
because you could just I would be drunk, so I could just play drunk most of the
great
just all
character.
over the place, But yeah, I wish we did kind of celebrate a bit more Americanized, but then it would cost me a fortune every year, I think. But like they do just literally go out.
There you go.
Yeah, and it was uni. You was
Yeah, I was
went
there.
to
I was there. I was there for high school for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then uni 4 years, and it was very very movie like, I would say, because I definitely imagined it like it was actually in the end. Because I remember before I went to America, I saw a lot of High School Musical, these like American Pie, all this type of stuff. So I had an idea of what it could be like, but I wasn't prepared for.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, like actually to meet characters, that I've seen. Like there was definitely a lot of those type of characters that I saw in the movies. Like
So your cheerleader to your
your football, your jock, your frat guy, sorry girl, do you know what I mean? All these type of stuff. So it was just really, it was really surreal and really, it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, sick.
Sure.
Right, I'm gonna wrap it in. We're 1 hour in, so I can't keep you in the shed for too long.
Why not? Let's keep going.
How long do you want to go for? Well, you on it?
Hey man, hey, I'm chilling.
We're gonna be chilling anyway.
I thought you've only got an hour for me. You know what I mean? That's how it is. If you've got longer.
Hey, it's up to
obviously
you.
don't know.
What we have got
Mine
is
for a little bit longer.
we got 2 hours on the cam,
Okay.
but then I can literally get up and switch it again. There's one Joe Rogan, right? I watched it and it was 5.5 hours.
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
Oh, is it?
Alex Jones.
Oh,
that guy.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, is it?
I've seen.
He goes in.
That's the one.
He goes in,
Is
but
Eddie
they
Bar-
do pull up a lot of his stuff, and they're like,
And it rains
yeah,
fact.
yeah.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
Which
'cause
is
it just-
terrifying.
It is terrifying because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just like he says some of the wildest stuff.
Wild.
He says some of the wildest stuff.
to his reality, his perspective.
Yeah. Did you have a button? Did you just
No, I just want.
pitch button? Just turn over. That was sick.
Yeah, but he does come up with some
Yeah.
crazy stuff.
And he
But
just
also,
goes.
it's like
proven right. A lot of the
Yeah.
like, there's been a few things that have been proven right, man. Like
Yeah.
all that was it Bundaberg group and all of that crazy.
yeah. Well, he
Scary.
actually went to Bohemian Grove.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, yeah.
Bohemian Grove.
Grove, yeah.
Yeah, and he got in there and filmed it.
Oh, he like
Yeah.
a ceremony.
Yeah. Like he went in and he was like, it's weird, like screeching and screaming and whatever. But they're like, I don't really know what they're doing. They're like reenacting some sort of ceremony from.
That's the one with the
past or
owl where they set up
whatever.
on fire and stuff like that.
Yeah. And but I find him.
Drake's changed, bro. Drake has changed. That OVO whole
Yeah. Oh, and then they're all like,
friend The Rock. The Rock is in the building.
yeah. I mean, there's this whole world in it with conspiracy, like that side that people I find, I can be like that a lot of the time. I want to search out like what's the truth, what's the real reality, what are we in, And I think a lot of the time I take the perspective like I don't really know what's up. I could believe NASA that it's round. I could believe another guy that it's flat. I could believe something else. It's everyone's theory, really, to what they can relate to and see. But I think like the conspiracy side, you can get lost in that. And that Alex Jones is one guy. Like he's like, I twitch in my sleep. I can't sleep, Joe. And like you can't. Why I find him so fascinating to watch is because you cannot.
They've taken over.
You
They're
cannot.
onto us.
That was one of my to-dos. Take the timer off.
Oh, they're onto us.
Yeah, otherwise my logo will disappear. But yeah, he's on Joe Rogan. It's like it's trying to narrow him down to a conversation, like because he jumps continuously through it all the time. Like, I'm going to be constantly sending him emails, try and get him to North London, Edmonton, the
That'd be
shed.
sick.
Can you imagine? Oh my god.
Have you seen his whip?
Nah.
What is it?
It's like a tank. It's like a jeep.
Man's
Bro,
got-
he
oh
went to
my God.
he went to where like children have been held in Mexico and shit. So he went there with a megaphone. He's like, "What you're doing is illegal," and all this.
With a tank.
Like, he doesn't just do. it's not a tank. Don't get it.
Yeah.
But it
like
looks. I
bulletproof.
mean, if you saw it, what we were driving in earlier, if you saw him go past like that, it would have run over that.
Oh my god! It'd just be a ramp.
Yeah, exactly,
ramp.
man. It's profit nut. So
Oh man.
I would drive something like that if I was him, though, because
Yeah, tank.
I think you would need to.
yeah,
You know, there's a lot. Like he got in a lot of trouble because he said that a
Sandy Hook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sandy Hook was a false flag, a hoax.
Yeah.
He's probably.
He went to court over it and everything.
That's
I think
right. He lost.
People are probably trying to assassinate.
Yeah. No, but imagine your child died and he was saying
and he's
it's all
saying
a-
that. You
it's
know what I
all a
mean?
hoax.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
an actor, bro.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, you won't be safe. So definitely, good job in the tank.
But then, no matter what, I'm happy there's people like that out there because I think critical thinking is taking a hit.
Of course, it's individualism. It's saying like it's a way he's not in fear of trying to search for the truth in these situations. And obviously, there is this one reality of what we're told everything is. And go on.
And you're demonized if you go against the populace. Do you know what I'm saying? Whatever the opinion is.
Yeah.
Like you're demonized if you go against that. I think that's a shame.
Yeah.
I think they try. Well, I was gonna say in school they try and teach us critical thinking, but that's I guess a paradox within itself because school you're kind of told to obey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think critical thinking is not very common right now, and you know, whether he's right or wrong about most things, I think he has been obviously proven right in some things. Other things like that Sandy Hook shooting.
But then also you look at the media, and as soon as something like that happens, right, we got Alex Jones. Let's just fucking bombard it with that kind of stuff. That's what I feel like the Sun does to Jeremy Corbyn every time he wears a new tie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
How do you feel about the mainstream like news and stuff like that?
I
Do you
don't
trust
watch it. What did Denzel Washington say? He said that if you watch the news, you're misinformed, and if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. And that's how I find it is. But at the end of the day, the last podcast I did, I feel it's that it's a program. So they're sitting, having a meeting, and this is what we're going to put on today. It's a show, you know.
It's a show, but I think it's crazy. One day I was just watching the news, and when it came on, I was like, "Whoa, what?" Like, dun dun, like the way the intro is mad. Someone produced that. Dun dun dun, bum 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 bum. I'm like, "Whoa!" Like it's like a horror.
Gong.
Yeah,
And
like
then
a
after
thriller.
each headline, it's got like the chime of a bell. Gong.
Just the tones and everything. Like, if you're half asleep, you're like, "What is this? Like a thriller or something?" Like, honestly, like there's never no episode of the news that starts with like
good
sweet music. Do you know what I mean?
It's not good news.
Yeah,
it's not the good news.
never. It's just like on the edge of your seat thriller. Like, you're like, oh snap, what's happening?
Well, it's a
like,
fear-based-
that's how they need that though.
Fear-based society. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's mad.
They're
But
keeping
even
everyone
It's mad.
and they
works.
know, and
It
a
works.
fear-based society keeps the money coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, there's not enough lorry drivers. You know what I mean? For
Petrol
all of a
or
sudden,
whatever.
go get it, go
Yeah,
get
It's
it.
crazy, and they caused the problem. If they didn't say anything,
No.
I feel like everything would have been calm.
Fine.
Everyone would have been calm. They would have had enough to
Not
get
for
by.
the people that own the oil, because it probably has an expiry date, and
exactly.
our cars weren't really moving for half the year last year, so I think there was a lot to do with that as well, innit? Like maybe they were like, you know, let's just put some bullshit out there to get everyone buy it quickly, you know.
But like you see it, well, I see it in parents or older people like, oh, be careful because like whatever the main story is, be careful because this, and it's like, it's just unfounded truths. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's just insane.
With its narrative. I mean, there's
narrative,
there's
yeah.
also a crazy clip. I mean, I spend a lot of time in this shed looking at stuff like fucking conspiracies and stuff like that.
Okay. Hit the button.
But like, you know, they interest me like mad. Like computers of you know what I mean? It's just it's something that I'm just like, that can't be fucking true. But like, I find with the news and that there's one clip I found, and it's like 20 different news stations, and they're reading the exact same script. And it's like from Fox News to CNN, and there's 20 of them, and they put everything. There's no way you can fake this as a guy that's trying to get clicks and likes on a bullshit conspiracy video, right? So they put all of them together, and it literally like, what's funny is what the narrative is, and it's that they're saying that we feel that people are losing distrust in the news. So we're putting out there that we are not all just spitting one narrative. They're basically saying that.
Yes,
And this script has been sent out from one corporation to all of them, you know what I mean? So I find it mad.
Crazy.
But then you've only got to look at like the BBC and all the history that's kind of happened with those kind of situations and think, is this what we're really meant to believe in? You know?
Yeah.
But then it's a program at the same time. So
It's a program, and someone's in charge. Like that.
Yeah.
That is yeah. It's not like a group, a collective thing. Like
No.
I don't know what more to say on that. I don't know. Maybe we'll get too deep into it, but it's just
man.
it's just.
There's never I don't think there's ever too deep though.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the situation we're in right now, because people go, have I stepped too far in saying something that isn't really in the consensus of what everyone else is thinking? And it's like, why should you be put in that position? Like, and maybe it's because it's on at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 10 o'clock. You know, you're driven on these narratives, you know.
Yeah.
And we were locked up, you know, in our rooms, and that's the only thing you can watch, you know. And I'm not going on the conspiracy side of COVID was this or what it was that. That's what happened to all of us. You know what I mean? And I think everyone had the same thing. Right, I've seen enough of the news now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was with my dad, so I was like, look, that's off. I'm not having that on all day.
Yeah. The thing with that, I'm finding that like a lot of people like are afraid to have an opinion that's away from the popular opinion. Kind of. That's what you're saying. It's just like that's kind of scary because that means that if anything you're watching on the news, whatever they say, if they just decide to say something and just say, yeah, that's the truth, but it's actually a lie.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to go along with that. And if you disagree with what the government, what the news and stuff are saying, then it's just like, oh, no, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's, that's kind of crazy in itself.
But then that's that word again, crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think anyone, you know, you see the guy that's shouting blasphemy on the streets or whatever, he's crazy. Or the guy that's trying to protest is crazy now. You know, anyone that used to speak about aliens would be crazy like 10 years ago or 20 years ago or even 5 days ago. Yeah. You know, depending on the place where you are and who you're talking to with. Yeah. So I think now, what I was saying earlier with the internet, everything's coming a lot more now. I feel like TikTok is this kind of, for me, because of my algorithm, is this kind of spiritual fucking awakening TikTok situation. And then it's called TikTok, like it's going to end soon or something. TikTok, you know what I mean?
The Matrix is everywhere.
It's literally that,
TikTok.
That's actually crazy. It's all connected.
You know, the names of things, words are swords, man. You know what I mean? They mean a lot. So it's like...
Words are spells.
Yeah,
Words
exactly.
are spells, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like manifestation, anything. It's like you can talk things into reality, realistically.
Yeah.
I believe to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And
in your belief structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And words are spells, like, and if you keep saying negative stuff about yourself, you'll start feeling that about yourself. Do you know what I mean? You start believing it. You cast that spell on yourself. Or we've spoken about it when if you put yourself across in a certain way, people will react to you in a certain way.
Yeah, people believe people tend to agree with your truth.
Because they've got no reason not to. They've got
communicate to them like what to think of you.
Yeah.
You know, by what you think of yourself. That's what I believe.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, you can mold it in that way. You know what I mean? Like you were saying earlier with, you know, if you had an argument before or whatever, that kind of problem as well. But I think what you're saying, manifestation, you know, do you feel like with manifestation, if you told yourself every day you're going to get a yacht, you're going to get a yacht? Or do you think it combines with the environment at the same time?
I mean, it depends if I'm taking motivation from that statement. Like if I'm saying I'm going to get a yacht and then just going to work every day expecting I'm going to get some fat raise or job offer, then I don't believe in manifestation that way. I believe if I believe I'm going to get a yacht and I'm telling myself that, and then I'll go and do the work to get the yacht, like then I'm putting myself out there and I'm creating these opportunities or these doing whatever I'm going to do, I guess putting in the roadmap to get to that yacht and enacting it, then I think only good things are going to happen when I'm moving towards it. If that's one of the goals, I think I could go and get that yacht. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I guess that's my interpretation of manifestation.
Yeah, because The Secret and things like that, I don't really fuck with too much. Like, get a picture on your wall of a yacht and a mansion and everything like that. I think there's one visualization, like knowing where you're going with your project and what you're doing, but there's actions to that goal.
Exactly.
And I think that's exactly where you've like, we're all people, I think, here in this shed, that have quickly changed our game. You know what I mean? Basketball to TikTok phenomenon, Muay Thai fighter to brand, a clothing brand, I've gone from clothing brand, but I never seem to leave the shit. But I think that's where, that's strong mentality in a sense, when you can change that game fast, you know? And I think that's where you do with athletes wise. That's a really good strong thing. As well.
I'll say like naming, like the word like manifestation, I feel like it like, I don't know, like just having a label on it like kind of takes away from it, because I feel like I definitely believe in whatever that is. Yeah. Because I remember times, like, even bringing it back to basketball, I remember like being at school here, and really if I told anyone I wanted to be a professional basketball player, or that I wanted to go to school in America, like, they would probably put me off of that idea, because how's that possible? Who the scouts are gonna come from America to come here? But like, in my head, I definitely did things that would be like, I guess, like visualizing it in certain terms of like watching the movies and stuff like that, picturing that I'm there and stuff, but like not doing it in a way that I'm gonna be a basketball player, I'm gonna get a scholarship or anything like that. But I just kind of I had like a strong desire, and I thought about it a lot, and also taking the actions. But I felt like the desire and the want, there was an attractive like pull in the direction of taking the actions, because it's like, I'm not just gonna think about it all the time and just eat chocolate and chill in the yard. Do you know what I mean? Like, I also felt like, oh no, I want to play, like, you know. And then the same thing kind of happened with like the content creation and stuff like that. I think you remember, like, back in the day, like, I remember like my first viral video. Do you remember this, when I made like the loop? I remember like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna get 1 million followers. Like, watch. I thought I was gonna get in like 3-4 weeks with like the way it was like grown at the time. Obviously it took longer, but
and then they started featuring it on all the websites.
But I strongly believed it. Like, I believe it's so, like, no one could convince me not that, and I felt like that has some type of effect, like that type of belief. In anything you do, like
100%.
I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's some magical stuff or anything like that, but I think that there's definitely something to that.
Yeah, I think also, like, when you have the right attitude, or when like it's something you're meant to be doing, I kind of find like that pathway gets opened up a bit, like those opportunities seem to like come about a lot easier in certain situations, you know what I mean? And other times when you're not meant to be doing something, there would just be friction upon friction upon friction. So it's whether like we're working with the universe or the universe is working with you, innit?
And it's hard to find that flow.
Yeah,
it's hard to find that flow.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's one thing a lot of the time that makes people give up. You know,
going against the grain. For a long time, and not realizing they're going against the grain.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But then some people are going against the grain or just doing things they hate because they have to. You know, like we were saying earlier with your job or whatever, the job situations. You know, people just get up and do something they don't like all the time. You know, and it's like you can't get out of that situation either, but you have to. So then your mentality is right. Okay. If I need to get out of that, or that supports me there, then I can do that here. You know, I think there's things like that, but I definitely think there's a friction thing. Yeah. There's a set path. Yeah. Maybe.
I think fear plays a big factor too, because it's scary. I think it's scary to kind of like follow your heart.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like the kind of funny thing about it, you know, because like
a lot of people.
Do you know what it is? It's not even just scary that it won't work out. It's also being scared that if you've tried it and it doesn't work out, then it's never going to live up to what it was in your imagination.
Yeah,
which is terrifying as well. Like, It's just the mind. We can be our own worst enemies, and that's the scariest thing. Like maybe we are supposed to, you know, take that risk and do this thing, but it's always your mind.
It's always. I feel like fear is something like it could disguise itself in so many different ways.
Of course.
And there's so many different excuses you give. Yeah. But it's really just fear.
As soon as you're giving them excuses, you're scared.
Yeah.
And then you just go, like, you just have to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Or just not. I think thoughts are different to the intellect that you're corresponding with. So by what I mean like that, I think like thoughts come up and it's just up to you whether you want to attach yourself to that or not.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, when you're working out, everything is telling you just do 10, not 20. Yeah. And you're like, fuck you, man, I'm doing 20. You know? And then, but then, as you said, like fear can come in different ways, but it can be a buzz like you were fighting, you know? I think there's ways of harnering this energy.
But you're attacking the fear, though. You're facing it.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Literally.
Like, I feel like everything...
I was scared. More scared than him at his fight.
I really feel like that's where the prizes are in life. Do you know what I mean? On the other side of that, when you could... And that's like like if life was a game, like that's like how you complete the levels. Do you know what I mean? Like those challenges that come along with the fear and stuff, like... Just getting onto the other side of that, I feel like that's where you progress in the levels.
I think what I found hardest as well is a lot of the time they're not being like a quantifiable result, a result that you can monitor. So, you know, I think that's why I guess games are so addictive because right now I'm level 7. To get to level 8, I've got to do this, this, and this, or I've got to build my cooking level. I've got to build this level. A lot of the time in life, especially when you're going for something that your heart desires, there's no quantifiable result
unless you
unless there's views or there's followers that could be part of it. But then a lot of the times there's not. You just gotta. You're just in an abyss and you're hoping that you're doing better. You're hoping you're getting close to your goal. But who knows?
Do you ever think you'll step back in?
Huh?
Do you ever think you'll step back in?
I don't know. A lot of the time I'm thinking, nah.
It puts you through a lot, doesn't it? I mean, I've seen you through that process, and it is grueling in the sense of where you have to be mentally. Yeah. But do you feel you're better in that environment than you are out of it, or at the moment you're like, I can see going into that is?
I find martial arts it's like a moving meditation because it's the only thing you can think of when you're in it. Or the only thing you're thinking in training, whatever. It's like this person is trying to kill me. Like whether it's a sparring partner, you've got to be so switched on all the time. You can't worry about money problems. You can't worry about girl problems. You can't worry about anything, work problems, anything external. And that's what I really loved about it. And then I'll come out of training or whatever, and everything, I'd had the clarity of mind I've never experienced before or since. Because when you've really expended that much energy and you've almost looked at yourself in a mirror, like, what am I really made of? Like when I'm in the fire, this is how I react. I'm either a person that reacts or a person that melts. And when you've really seen that intensity that inside of you can't be thinking other things. Oh man, what if I get fired tomorrow? Bro, it's like, no, this person is trying to your lungs are burning. Your lungs are telling you just get out this ring and go home. But
you mean breathing wise is burning, or you're just knackered?
Very
fast, isn't it? 5 rounds, but it was
everything's explosive. But it's not even just that, it's even the training, and the training sometimes a lot. Well, you've got to train harder than you fight, because
of course
you've got to
go
past
that.
You've got to go past that limit to know that you can keep that limit going for the 5 rounds or whatever it is. But it, like, extrapolating further, it really shows you the type of person you are. And I think that's incredible. But at the same time, like, not with martial arts or fighting or something, it's really a fear for things that I can't measure. Like, when you can't measure the result, I think that's the scariest thing for me.
And what would be something that you can't measure the result of then?
It's a good question. But that's like, I guess a lot of the things that I haven't started would be because of that.
Would you say then, because of fight, you either win or lose, right? So you can measure that. I'm either going to come out with my arm up or my arm down. So
or am I getting better? You can tell yourself you're getting better. Because
the
when I'm in the gym,
is...
but also when I'm in the gym, now I'm throwing this really fast, or the guys who I used to look up to, now I'm on their level, or now I'm beating them in rounds, or now, you know, it's becoming a lot more competitive, things like that. And like, so it's measurable, but I guess there's other things that aren't so measurable. Do you know what? I'll think of something.
I think the difference with other things that away from sports is that I feel like you more have to create your measurements because, as you said, it's true. You don't know if it's, for instance, just say pushing this bottle of water. All right, I guess you could say.
Just
this,
every time you say it.
I guess you could say that. Selling more is like an obvious metric for that, but it might not really mean anything in the long run because it might just be that okay, I just hit a threshold and there's no more progress. But if I create like goals like okay, I want to link up with a big brand, that's a goal or something like that. That's an X or O. It could either happen or it can't happen. I want to get with a manufacturer and produce on like this crazy level, like 500,000 units or something like that. That's like a level that I created. And I feel like, yeah, even with those things I make, it's like, okay, I don't know whether that means that I'll reach like a further goal, but that alone is just belief. Because it's kind of the same with fighting too, because you could just because you win 10 fights in a row or something like that doesn't mean you're now the best fighter in the MMA. Do you know what I mean? Or sorry, the UFC. Sorry. I don't know much about the fighter and stuff, but I think that definitely you could apply the things that you learn from sports into other things you're doing.
Yeah,
I think definitely.
I mean,
can
Conor
make your own
McGregor was a plumber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, so like, how did he combine that?
yeah.
Copper.
It's the arm movement. The plunge of death as his move.
The plunge of
death.
Sounds like a wrestling move, isn't it?
Yeah.
That would be my special move. That would be my special move if I was a wrestler.
Yeah, the plunge of
Yeah,
death.
just plunge dudes.
Get McGregor into WWE.
Yeah.
McGregor will plunge you.
So what do you think about
That means something very different around Enfield. If I'm gonna plunge you.
Oh. I don't know.
So what do you think about like the Logans, like the fighting situation that's going on now? Like apparently Logan Paul's gonna fight fucking Mike Tyson in February. Like what do you think? Like,
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. But
like these money fights now, you know, it's like but they're still. I can't remember the guy that fought one of them last, but he said like, I don't get it.
Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, I think he said something like, "Don't get it twisted." Like this guy's he's training, like he's going. I'm going into the ring still with a boxer. I'm going to treat it like a fight, but out here he's treating it like a joke. But it's like for the people that have trained, you know, for ages and ages and ages, it's just knocked them out of the park in that sense because these two guys have money. So do you think like what do you think about that in the kind of way things are going?
I massively respect the Paul brothers, to be honest, because to have all that money and to choose to compete against top level athletes,
to literally lose brain cells.
And they're doing it every day. They've been training like every day for 4 years now or something like that, or however long. It's not easy. It's not easy. And to get to the level, in that sense, to get to level, what is it? Logan Paul went 8 rounds with Mayweather. What? What?
I was shocked by that. I was shocked by that.
People call him the GOAT. And it's an aging Mayweather. He's broken his hands countless times. I totally get it. But no matter what,
and they were a different weight as well, weren't it?
Yeah, but he was heavier, wasn't he? Logan Paul.
Yeah. But he's a bigger guy, so
no matter what, to last 8 rounds against that guy is no joke. To beat Olympic gold medalist Ben Askren, granted he's probably the worst striker to ever fight MMA maybe, but at least in the UFC, knocked him out in the first round, he was smiling, whatever, that's all good. But Tyron Woodley's no joke. Tyron Woodley, he was a murderer for years. He was the champion in the UFC, do you know what I'm saying? He was knocking guys dead. And to beat him is no joke. And to take his punch, because he almost went through the ropes at one point, didn't he? But I mean, they've got a massive, insanely big platform, and then to transition into something completely different. Incredibly intense, scary sport. But apparently, like I've listened to podcasts when people were in, was it Logan Paul's locker room, and he's just lying there listening to music, chilling, and people were like, "What? Aren't you scared?" He's like, "This is what we do. Like we're YouTube babies. Do you know what I mean? They've grown up before they were." When they're children on YouTube putting out videos. They've been doing this. Like, it doesn't matter if there's, whatever.
One of them was asked as well. Like he was asked, like, what do you find harder? And he was like, YouTube over boxing.
Mad. Yeah.
Because he's like, but like what I said, you either win or you don't, right?
Yeah.
But we can all kind of relate in this whole kind of conversation in that sense, because it's like your first viral video. Like, I put things out with Dirty Rich or putting things out with this. You don't know how anyone's gonna take it, But when you're in a ring, I'm going to imagine that of myself.
Don't make that noise.
Never.
Oh, yeah! Going into a fight.
Literally, Edmonton street corner. But like, there's rurules. There's boundaries, there's training, there's the outcome,
it's
you win
structure.
or lose. Yeah. So I think I agree with their kind of philosophy around that YouTube to them was actually a harder come up. But now that they're using it and putting themselves into a painful situation, like, let's face it, they could literally just like go and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But they want to be king of everything. After boxing, it'll be something else.
Honestly, I massively respect it. And Jake Paul, he seems to be trying to take it to as high level as possible.
Yeah.
Completely respect that. He's not really cherry picking the easiest fights, and he can't anymore because he's been legitimized by his wins. He can't. And it's just big respect out to him, because there's not a lot of people on this earth that would do that.
Yeah. No, there isn't. And I think going back to an earlier conversation we were having about like individualism and like how the internet and these 20 years that we've been in, we've grown into this. It's creating that. So these guys, like, without YouTube, who were they? You know what I mean? So it's like us, Dirty Rich, everything is on a platform. Everything is on something outside of going to get a job. And I think it's creating this path where you don't get that. That's not you, bruv. When you start something, you used to have that kind of like, people be like, that ain't you. You know what I mean? They only see it when it's in front of them, and now it's created that thing where, well, there's evidence of multiple people doing these things, completely changing the game because these platforms are allowing it. And then when we got the metaverse, we're fucked.
It all starts again.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Going back to what you're saying about the metaverse, some people would want to live in it, other people wouldn't. But it would be more exciting in the vast majority of people's lives.
Yeah.
If it's anything like Ready Player One, it would be a lot more exciting than the vast majority of people's lives, and people would just work to get into the metaverse as much as possible. Like, they would earn their money so they could afford their uplink or whatever you call it.
Yeah. And then there'd just be a sack potato, you know what I mean? Like,
Matrix.
Yeah. Fucked.
Legit.
Like, I don't know how it's going to go and how it's going to relate and commute with everything like that. You know what I mean? How it's going to build. But I think technology is running faster than us in a lot of ways, but also it's dumbed down in a lot of ways. So I don't know whether it's going to work in a way where it's a whole universe in 10 years, but whatever it's going to be fucking interesting.
It's multiplying at such an insane rate that, like, if you look at VR and stuff, like when I've played Oculus and things like that, it's not like, look at the games we used to play. Like, did you have like PS1 or GameCube or anything like that? Like, even before that, N64s and things like that. No. Compare that to Oculus.
Yeah.
What's that, 20 years, as you say?
Yeah.
Bro, like, imagine
Elon Musk said it, like, he said, look at what you've had before and look at how quickly it's changed.
Who was that, sorry?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Where Elon in a Mask?
Oh, that's who. So I was thinking of some game developer that I didn't know. He was talking about
Elon Musk. Elon in a mask.
Oh yeah, I was like, what?
Only the richest man in the world.
Google this guy afterwards.
I'm sorry.
Butchered that one.
Jesse's like, no, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I was thinking,
who is this guy he's talking about now?
We was literally talking about him on the way.
Richest man in the world, yo. Like, what? Let's say these guys, Sir Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, If I said his name right, yeah.
Did you say Jeffrey? Jeffrey?
But these guys all leap into space when like we're rotting down here. Do you know what I mean? How do you feel with this kind of situation going on?
It's not technically space, is it?
No, it's you know what I mean?
Because he did.
It's
Was
in
it
a-
Neil
in
deGrasse
space.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said
yeah,
it wasn't technically space.
Oh,
was
he's
it?
a hater. Just because he didn't go. Nah, he go space anyway.
Where's my ticket?
Yeah. He would be the one person I would bring. He would
In
be
case something goes
spitting the
wrong.
knowledge, boy.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of nuts.
How can you say he's a hater?
Nah, I'm joking.
It's true though.
That is true.
Even like the moon isn't out of space. The moon is inner space, so it's still within. It's like 256,000 miles away. I can say that and remember that, but I can't remember Elon's name. But
Elon
literally,
Musk.
Elon Musk,
Yeah.
the mastermind.
the mastermind, Elon. But
Man,
like,
going through a divorce and that.
yeah, living in a £50,000 house and that.
Oh yeah,
Next
that's
to his little
is it one
rocket.
of those pop-up
Yeah,
houses
flat
or
pack
something?
thing,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
I'm ready. You know what they're doing though is in their reality is insane. To me,
Oh, mate.
it's insane. Like, do you sleep? You know what I mean? He has kids and wives or wives, ex-wives. You know what I mean? It's like, how do they manage to do all these things? Obviously, they have a extreme amount of workforce behind them, but still, it's insane. I think really with what they're doing.
No, there's certain minds, and they're working at such an insane frequency and capacity.
Yeah.
That I think they're really, I don't know. I guess they just must absolutely optimize.
Of exactly their emotions and their drive really, and how to input that into what they want to do as their goal. You know what I mean? Which I think is fucking I'm just gonna build rockets and not solve world hunger.
No, but he's got so much. Like Elon Musk has so much on. Like he's still trying to do those underground car
Tunnels,
tube tunnels and all that, and
yeah.
in a place that has earthquakes, which
Yeah.
is actually quite insane.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure he's thought of that anyway.
Yeah, I think the earthquakes don't affect tunnels
That's
because
wild.
earthquakes on the surface, right?
Where's
No,
the
it's like
tectonic plates?
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think the damage happens on the. I don't know.
Oh, because that's
I
what's
think-
shaking.
Yeah. That's what I would have thought.
Bro
But
science.
I don't know. Hey,
Bro
I don't
science,
know.
yo.
Don't quote me. Enter the tunnels at your own risk.
But he's
I
doing
mean-
this. He's doing what? All SpaceX. He's
Yeah,
doing
yeah. Tesla.
Obviously Tesla.
Yeah.
Like
My
what?
shares are nice.
Oh, you got to
Apparently yesterday there was.
They've been going up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Going up.
Is it a
1,000.
trillion? Have they hit?
Yeah, I think company wise, but share wise, they reckon he's going to go to like 3,000 by next year.
Yeah, I'll definitely invest in that guy. He's a guy worth investing.
Yeah.
in.
Well, I mean,
He's
if he's surpassed Jeff Bezos, and then Amazon is like what, I don't know, 3,000 a share.
I don't know.
So really, you think his are only going to skyrocket just from
Yeah.
that information?
I don't like the new steering wheel on them new Teslas though. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's like a yoke.
It's like a what?
A yoke steering. So like like the pilot.
The F1.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think that's cool,
So
man.
so there's
Because
no-
you can't. You know what I mean? You can't hold the top.
What is it? 10 and 2?
They want you all like that.
You're supposed to
Like,
have your hands 10 and 2, right? You can't even. Bruh, them old school driving instructors, they're getting out of business.
yeah, but you've only
One
got
hand at the top,
to
can't do
put. So you can't do that. It's like
You have to
like
hold
the
like this
side.
when you turn. When you
that's
turn,
why
you
they
have to-
fucking done it then, isn't it?
9 and
because
3.
they want you holding one. You need to hold one part of it in order for it to drive. I swear. That's,
Yeah, and I think they're quickly trying to make the shift to auto, to the fully self-driving vehicles. But I'm just like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. There's something about driving a car. It's just nice. Look how we came here. We get a nice old school car. Like it was so fun. Like if that thing if we just walked in and just drove itself.
Yeah.
Electronic. No. And I love electric cars. Don't get me wrong. But there's something still there about driving a car yourself.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
It's,
Yeah.
Driving can be fun. Not
Yeah.
not when you have to do it, obviously, like every day on the
Yeah.
grab, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, 100%. And the act of driving a manual is, and I found that crazy. Like Americans, they don't drive manual cars, do they?
Barely.
That's wild, isn't it?
Barely. I think the number is like 5% or something like
Yeah.
that.
That's
Yeah, but the
wild.
thing is, you got such big roads there, and like it's a lot of highway. So you think like what's the point in being in gears really in that sense, because you're just going to sit in one the whole way, you know. And
But
it's like,
that'd be better though, because you don't like. You would rather have manual nose situations than have it in the city where it's just like every second, stop. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's true. I was looking at it completely the wrong direction, really. But it's true. I mean, the thing is with America, though, I went over to LA and it's like, yeah, we're just going out for a meal. You're like, all right, cool. And coming from England, I'm like, where is it around the corner? I'm like, yeah, we'll be there in 2.5 hours. Like, everything takes ages.
Is that because of the traffic?
Yeah, traffic, but just everything's
Just
far,
far
man.
away, yeah.
I mean, even the house across the road is like
you got to drive there too because the road is so long. Like the road will be so
Even
long,
the
like
house-
8 lanes.
yeah,
You're like, no,
yeah.
you can't walk there.
No.
You got to take the car and go around.
What do you mean I can't walk there?
You can't walk across the road.
I've been walking for years. Yeah. Now everyone's on a scooter around London.
Oh man.
Oh, bro. What I don't rate.
These things
is
are
the fact-
dangerous.
It's not even that. It's the fact that they ban them from people having them just so they could bring in companies to monopolize the situation.
Yeah, well, again, we're going back to like media and governments, isn't it? You
Fuck
know?
that, man. That's disgusting, man. What getting the police to stop people, fine people on their own scooters just so they can bring in their and they don't come with helmets. People are saying, oh, we're stopping them because people aren't riding them with helmets, but people aren't riding the other ones with helmets either. The rental ones.
I don't. Well, I think it's like a grey area. I mean, when you look at police now, like when do you see police?
What do you mean?
Like with you know what I mean, with that situation, you see them, but they're in a white van, you know, and it's like kitted out, like it's all undercovers. You don't see like police on the beat anymore.
Yeah,
So
not as much. Not as
Not
much
at
as back
all,
in the
man.
day.
Not at all, man. Like when I was a kid, you used to see a lot more, but now you don't really see them at all. So I think police presence. That's why no one's going to get caught or do anything on. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, what
Is that because either they're underfunded or because they're always getting called out to different?
I think they're underfunded, but at the same time, they're funded now in more covert operations. You know, they're more a task force than rather than being, you know.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
speak for the police force or what they're really doing, but from an outside perspective,
You don't
that's
see
what
them as much.
that's what it looks like. You know what I mean? It looks like that kind of. I see so many undercovers now. I'm like, fucking hell, they're driving a Subaru.
Oh, what? It sounded like a cocktail. Yeah, give me two Subarus on a rock.
What is it called? Do you know the car?
Is it 2 Subarus for the price of one tonight? The happy hour.
No ice.
I can't remember the name of the car.
Subaru.
Subaru. Yeah. What did I say to Prince last time he was on the pod? I said I'm dyslexic, bro. Like you can, things might be it might sound like that to you, or you might read it like that, but it doesn't mean I'm going to say it like that. Literally, it just computes in my brain entirely different.
Just make up your own ways. That's
This is perfect for me.
Just make it easy for you.
Yeah. Break it down.
That's good.
I wanted to show you this fucking video quick as well of this guy, right, that's putting himself in the metaverse.
Oh, I think I might have seen
Have
it.
you seen it?
I might have seen it as well. Yeah,
Have you seen it? Like, but my internet is having a bit of a.
Don't worry, we'll do filler. So, Chooks, chat to me. What's new? He was 6'8". Yeah. I have seen this one as it goes.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? Well, if you've seen it anyway.
No, play it.
Unreal Engine.
See, but you see that pixelated situation. Yeah, man, it's fucking nuts. Like if that's the way it's gonna go.
Yeah, sick.
Let's see if it'll play nicely now.
So I got my alter ego finished. What's going on, everybody? So I got
Gonna be
my
this
alter
pixelated.
ego finished.
It might clean up. Who knows?
And his name is Blue. And for the mocap geeks out there, he's set up with the usual recipe of XNs for the body capture, Manus gloves for the hands, AR kit for the face.
What?
That's sick. That's sick.
It's all happening right here within the Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine, sick.
But what's special about Blue is that I'm going to be inhabiting him every week because we are starting a new YouTube show called Xanadu.
Oh, I didn't see this part.
No, I didn't see this.
Oh,
It just
did it mean
up
to
like
do
that.
it? Is that how
Slid
it
up
is?
like that.
Alien tries building
Pixels
a
gone.
virtual empire from nothing.
This is hard.
This is mad. Fuck it, sign me up.
Love Xanadu.
But he's got to be like an animator or something.
Yeah.
Metaverse? It's like a little tiny meta bubble. Alexa, what the happened? I literally followed most of the directions.
I told you those plans were a waste of a Bitcoin.
So stay tuned. The metaverse is about to get a new
You have
inhabitant.
the Bruce Lee vest.
Yeah, the Bruce Lee vest.
That's it.
He does look sick. Like he does look fucking up.
Mad.
I think the problem for me though is that he doesn't see
Yeah.
the metaverse.
That's what I mean. So it's like we'll look at this as like GTA 1. You know what I mean? In the sense
He
of
needs
like,
an Oculus on or something.
Yeah, he needs to get a headset
yeah.
so he can actually like feel like that. Otherwise, it's just like for the after effect.
well, I feel like what he's trying to
The
represent
punishment.
is that he is mimicking that, or that this is happening in real time. But then at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's not as immersive as it is, but you know, that's the first thing that's kind of like thrown me like, rah, this is where it's gonna go. Like, someone's already setting the pace, like, and he's miles ahead coming up with something like that. That's smart, like, and I think he's got a team behind that and doing it that well.
Yeah.
You know, but whether he's doing it, it's all in sync with him, and that's how they built it. I'm not sure. You know, like how they build
That's what
video
they're
games.
insinuating. Isn't it?
Yeah, of course. But like whether it's gonna fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know where it's gonna go.
If the theory of infinity is true,
Yeah.
how many Ryans? So that would mean there's infinite Ryans that like sheds and infinite Ryans that don't like sheds.
It depends, because if you're saying infinite theory, then that would mean that that would mean you have the perspective that you're saying that there's many Ryans, right? That I've gone into this every single time. But are you looking at that? Say you can look at it in this way, that the person that's in your head talking to Charlie is that Charlie. Do you know what I mean by that? Like the intellect or whatever, the main person that you actually are, whatever, because we're all playing different characters through different things of what we're doing, right? But the main one is the given name and what you're doing, and that's who you are saying you are, right? But then if you're looking at infinite, then that thing that leaves that, right, goes somewhere else. But then are you saying in this part, there's loads of realities within that? Do you know what I mean? Like this Ryan split realities kind of shit.
Oof.
Do you know what I mean?
You lost me. I'm sorry. You lost me at infinite.
Yeah. Did you see my face as well? I can't lie when you said infinite. Because you was on a roll. I was like, don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Yeah.
No, but
Hey,
This will be a
what camera can I look at? At the bottom of the screen, I want Ryan's word count or something like that. I want this at the bottom.
We
of the
need it. It's gonna be a common occurrence.
Actually, no. I want words along the side. I want
yeah.
Elon Musk.
This is what Ryan says. I'm gonna put in the shit.
Actually, do you come with subtitles?
No.
Just add subtitles.
It wouldn't make sense to anyone reading them. But what I was trying to say is, you're trying to get across saying that there's multiple realities.
Yeah.
Right? So you believe in multiple realities, or you think there is, or you're not sure?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Was you saying that there's one consciousness, but that's the same?
I would say that consciousness, from what I'm researching, to me, I would say that we are more like a channel. We are more like a radio that picks up frequency, and I would say that the consciousness, the wave band that gives us intelligence, or what our mind, the muscle works off, is one consciousness. Yeah, which could be the energy entity, the God, the figure, the thing that runs all this in some sort of way. But on split reality kind of senses, I'm looking into that a little bit, and I'm not sure, like whether because that's like the OA a bit. Have you seen the OA?
What's the OA?
The OA. Surprised you haven't seen that one. That one's good, man.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, that's literally like split reality. So I won't give it all away, but like it's basically that they can jump. So they can get into a state, these 5 different individuals, and they can jump from different realities that they're still themselves, but they're actually very different in each one. And they don't know that either.
Oh, is this a series?
Yeah. And they stopped it as well. I find all the good
they
ones.
cancelled it.
They either get stopped, or they don't do it anymore, or they get Americanized. Like, have you seen the Utopia one?
Utopia, yeah.
The first one.
The show Utopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the show.
Is that with the glass? With the glass thing
No,
that's under the dome.
yeah. That's what I thought you was talking about with the OA, the one where they're in that dome. That's why it's not that one. No, Utopia. That's the really artistic.
Yeah, you've seen the English one.
Yeah. I've only seen the English.
There's an American one now, and I watched like 5. I was like, nah, like it just got turned into something it wasn't.
That's how I felt about the In-Betweeners.
Oh, bro, that clearly didn't work.
The Office though.
No, The Office, they did bits.
I've seen clips and I laugh.
Both was good.
But
No, but do you know what? Neither of them. I couldn't get into either of them. Even the English one. I couldn't get into The Office.
What, The Office?
No, do you know what? I've seen clips and I laugh, but I've sat and watched the episode and I just couldn't.
Yeah. Afterlife? You not seen that? That's Ricky Gervais. Yeah, that's quite good.
That's his new one.
That's really good.
No,
I haven't seen the latest season though, but it was quite dark, the humor, but in like a positive way.
In a Ricky Gervais way.
I guess that's how you say it.
Was he Invention of Lying?
That was good.
That was good.
That was really good.
That was good. I enjoyed
think
Doesn't he
about that
say
a lot.
God isn't real, God is real, or he is God,
He said
or something
God
like that?
is real, and then he has to write like
The Bible
testaments
and
or
the
something.
Testament,
Yeah.
I thought that one was really good.
Yeah, it was crazy actually.
Yeah, Utopia I thought was really good.
Yeah.
'Cause
I haven't seen it since it came out probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since.
10 years ago.
Channel 4.
I hate that with when you, how old's this film? You click it on, 1995. You're like, Jesus Christ.
Give me some HD.
Yeah.
4K. Watching films in 480p.
Yeah.
Can't.
Well, you got that one guy that felt special with Blu-ray.
the Blu-ray disc.
Literally no different. Like, what can you see? Nothing.
That's great.
That's a sick name for some technology, though.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, it just sounds sick. Like I never
It does
understood.
sound amazing.
Blu-rays,
Does sound amazing.
It's in a normal DVD. Blu-ray. Just sounds bad in the future. Came out.
Ray.
Yeah.
It's like a laser beam.
Yeah, them Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Mad.
I feel that times like that, sometimes that's when you're like aware of how quickly something's gone, though.
Right.
You know, you look at a film and you're like, when was this? And it brings you back to that memory
Where you watched
it,
who you were with.
Yeah. And then like, you know, you're like, oh shit, that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
I was in school at the time.
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that.
But
I had that feeling. Sorry, I had that feeling the other day because Grand Theft Auto is coming out and it's
The remastered
it's
one.
the remasters one, and I was in school. It would be like the completion test, like who's completed it first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'd be a weekend, and every like lad that came into school literally looked like he was ill, like he hadn't slept all weekend. And he's like, where you at? And you know, you had some of them going, yeah, I completed it. It's like, what happens at the end? They're like, I'm not telling you. You know what I mean? It's like,
but that was it was what was it, San Andreas, where you could go to the gym and you get bigger, and then
you could eat and literally die. Get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They took that
thought that was
away.
a game changer. I was like, this sick little.
it's crazy. You go and buy food.
They took that out, didn't they? Because people were like, "Oh, I can't bother to keep eating and stuff."
Yeah, that's
you know what I
fair.
mean. I don't think he
Hunger
died
level or something.
if he was hungry, but it became a task.
And
And
it wasn't
I think
that bad. I don't think it was that bad.
no, but they didn't put it in again, did they?
is it?
No.
don't
Whether it's for that reason, but you know what I mean.
you can like drink alcohol.
But then they had
yeah.
multiple characters, so it might have been kind of tough to keep up.
Yeah.
What was the next one after San Andreas?
Vice City, was it Vice City?
No,
it
Vice
was
City's before, innit?
GTA 4,
That's
wasn't
the 80s, yo.
GTA 4.
So it's Vice City, San Andreas. No, you got GTA 1, GTA 2, GTA London.
No, London was one or two.
Yeah.
One or two.
It must have been
London was
GTA
two,
1.
innit?
It must have been.
I think it was
two?
one. I think it
It
was
had to
one.
have been one.
Yeah.
GTA 2 was sick. I remember playing it on my PC.
Was that the
Over
bird's eye view
yeah,
one?
yeah,
Yeah.
Literally
GTA
fall on
3
the train tracks and it's...
Yeah. They were all game changers for them games. But
Yeah.
do you know what's crazy? I think thinking back to those games and how you felt playing them,
Yeah.
and how you felt about like the graphics and how
Yeah.
real that they seemed. And then when you look at it now, just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, this looks kind of horrible.
Well, it's
to
the
be
same
honest.
as like in my life, I've always played FIFA, and I think I started FIFA on FIFA 98 or it's 97 or 98. Bro, I used to think that was sick graphics. Now, if you look at like the latest ones, obviously, bro,
Was that back
NBA
when their hands
2K
were like this and they didn't have separate fingers? And stuff?
yeah,
That's the Terminator.
things like that. Well, I was playing when I was like a couple of years ago, I was playing NBA 2K20 or something.
Yeah.
And my mum walked in the room or something when I was living at home. She walked in the room. She was like, "Oh, like what's this? Like who's playing or something?" Like she thought it was
real.
Thought it was real.
Yeah.
I think it was like a couple of years ago, maybe 2K20 or 2K19, one of those ones or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thought I was watching basketball. Bro, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that sort of realism is scary.
Yeah.
But the next GTA, three more years. That's what they're saying. 2024.
I reckon they were just like, we don't want to do a cyberpunk. Bring it out. Got it there,
You
yo.
played
Yeah,
it.
I bought it.
Yeah,
I
you
got
bought
it. Yeah, that download time, I'm never getting that time back. You know what I mean?
I feel like I need to complete it though, just for the principle.
I do as well.
I was excited for that game, but after it got those reviews, I was like, I'm not getting it.
How many glitches did you get through yours?
I got my PC,
Oh,
so
okay.
I think that it's kind of better on the PC. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it is apparently,
than to the console. So
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with glitches or anything, but I think generally I felt like it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with a hype game, isn't it?
Yeah, it was too much
Yeah,
hype,
yeah.
like
But
for a long
also
time.
the last game they made was The Witcher 3, which is an unbelievable game. It kind of still holds up in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like the story was insane.
So the trust was there with the company.
Yeah,
anyway. Yeah. I still think it's a good game, but like the advertisement to it, like, you know, busy streets and that, you're playing it like there's no one around, man.
Oh, is that so?
There's some, but it's not like it makes you rate Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Because you just see how much that software has to really put up with it. You know what I mean? And it's like they tried to do something that was obviously, you know, new. And like that's definitely a game. If it worked, it would have been one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You know, you got Neo
What a
in there.
shame,
For
what
fuck's
a
sake.
shame.
They got a lot of things wrong.
What, Will Smith?
Neon. You know what I mean? But it's. Did you ever play? What was it called? The Getaway.
Yeah,
That
Black
was
Monday.
sick.
Was it not Black Monday? The
There was
Getaway.
two,
The
there was
number
two.
2 was Black Monday or
Yeah,
something.
that was my
was
favorite.
sick.
Yeah.
And did you used to drive to your house?
I tried to, but I couldn't get
Yeah,
the
there-
roads.
obviously
Yeah,
some
yeah,
roads,
yeah.
but like you could get to the area.
Yeah,
like, I used to
yeah,
drive around
that
King's
was
Cross and
sick.
Camden. Like,
That was so
shit.
Yeah, I
sick.
used to drive to North.
Yeah, how north did it go?
Country, bro.
I don't think I ever did any missions in that really. I just like got in the car and
drove
drove
I
around.
just drove around, man.
No, I like the game. Like the game
what a
was
game.
sick. It was sick. It was quite dark. Like it was quite like a lot of gritty moments, and I was like, right, it's a bit more because GTA is that kind of tongue and twist kind of like, you know, it's not too, it's bad, but it's kind of comical, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I look at it like that a little bit. Right. Do we need a toilet break or anything, guys? Do we have a commercial break and then come back maybe, or should we? What do you want to do?
I'm happy.
I really need a whistle.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So does anybody else? So I can blame you. All right, yeah. Come,
You
let's
like-
pause.
you-
Or you can just leave it in the capable hands of me and Jess.
Yeah. You can.
You
go
wanna leave it
over-
recording?
You can go over my fantastic words.
No, I
Guys.
don't mind you. If you want to pause it.
Yeah, I'll put just me. Just in this small little break that we're taking, I thought I'd just take the time to just again remind you nicely about my Patreon, which is tier 1. I've just started, which is at $1.99 a month plus VAT. Very small price to pay for some good banter and searching for the true existence of the human race. And you will also get a free mug, which I said in the last pod. They are being made at the minute, but I have a sample, but I will be putting pictures up as well because I don't want people buying blindly and then be like, what's this? It's just an espresso little mug, and it's not. It's a good size. So yeah, that will be distributed for anyone who's signed up already middle of November, and then after that they'll be like next day, so like 3 days in the post. And I'll be releasing extra content for that, but also this is for the first 100. sign-ups. So the first 100 people will be at $1.99, and then after that, I will probably have to bump up the Patreon. But the first 100 will be $1.99 for a lifetime, which is how long I plan to do this, even when I'm decrepit in a home. So I think that'll be interesting. In the home with Ryan, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, I'll get back to this amazing episode with Jesse and Charlie, which I think you are all probably enjoying. I've got a solo coming out this Wednesday, and then another interview coming out on Sunday. So it'll be Wednesday, Sunday. Unless I can get more interviews or more people to come, or if I can get any better at editing these videos a lot quicker, because they seem to take a long time. But yeah, I'll get back to the episode and enjoy.
Hey, what?
It's terrifying that as a song, though, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's close to Jaws.
Well, we was talking about earlier about how it's it's got those chords. It's got like the death chords.
Yeah. Again, we're just beings of frequency, and you can just play these songs, and we'll go with it.
Yeah.
You know,
so eerie, definitely.
Yeah, I think
music is music is everything.
Yeah, of course,
it can make your mood. It can bring you back exactly where you heard the song for the first time. It can make you feel powerful emotions. It can motivate you. You listen to it when you run.
Yeah, there's also.
Are you trying to stop me? Yeah.
No.
Sounding like Burna Boy.
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Talking of sound, there's a room that they've made that has no sound, and people can only be in it for like 40 minutes before they go insane because they can hear their own organs. So then that to me kind of represents that everything around us is a kind of sound. It's built from
like a hum
that we can't really hear. Like when we pulled up earlier, you were both like, "What's that noise?" And it's the high frequency noise that cats hear. We must be cats because we all heard it, but basically it's one of those noises that you can't hear as you get older. I think, you know. So if that scares off cats, you know, do we have sounds that scare us off?
Snakes.
True.
Have you been one of those zero sensory deprivation tanks?
I really want to. I need to.
It's good.
Yeah.
I was when I was playing in Leicester, there was like a little spot that was close by that I would go to like every other week or something like that.
Yeah.
And they didn't really cancel out the sound though. That would have taken it to the next level.
What do you mean in the?
So you go in a tank
You
and
can
it's
hear
like
other people there.
No. You have this whole big tank. Imagine like a massive jacuzzi, but with a lid on top of it. So you get inside and then they close the lid and you float because they put enough like salt water in there.
Yeah, it's the same body temperature.
So you can fully like let go and float and it's dark, pitch black.
Yeah.
And
body asleep, mind awake.
And the temperature of the water is supposed to be the same temperature.
Same as you,
It's just like you're floating in space nearly.
Yeah,
Bro,
you went. Tripping. I saw you done a blog on it. I had a little look yesterday.
I started tripping.
Yeah,
honestly,
because you will, man. That's like astral projection.
The brain really took over, and I stared getting. I think first it was like
panic.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a panic, but there was like a lot of fleeting images, and it was. Do you know what? I should probably reread that blog to remind myself
and then do it again. Like, I'll be up
man.
for going to one of them if anyone wants to go again. Like they're cool. Like you just go.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'd definitely be up for
they're cool, man. Like I try and do heavy meditations and things like that. I've done an astral projection course, and that is similar to that. It's about how I do like a process at the start, which is like, you know, counting down from 10, and at 1 your body will be in a completely relaxed state. It's a guided one, so it's a guy who's got like 20 years experience in astral projection, everything like that. And I've never really got that far of actual astral projection.
What did you get to?
Basically, like what it teaches you. So you do it 1 before sleep, and then 1 when you wake up at you'll wake up at like 3-4 in the morning. You'll wake up and you'll just go into meditation. So you're meant to do it in 2 parts. So part 1 is like getting the body relaxed, and then your body will just it would be like sleep paralysis. You know, you know you're there, but you can't move in that sense. But you've conditioned yourself into that way, so it's not scary in that sense. And then what you do is, I don't know how he talks through it, but it makes sense. But basically what you do is move the energy. So first of all, you'll just be laying there and you'll pretend you can feel, or you imagine that you can feel this energy, and you get it going in a circle. Then you get it going left to right like a rocking chair. So you're really bringing your conscious out of your body just moving, I think. And then you do another one where it's kind of uplifting the energy out, because that's really what you're trying to do, is bring your consciousness out of your body, I think.
What's the benefit of that?
I feel well, I like getting high in other ways, but like it's a bit of a trip in that sense. But it's also like, what can the body really do for me? Okay. I like testing different limits. Like, what, like, is that possible, or is it just because I'm losing it? But the people that are in these realms that do these things, you know, they're very sensible kind of people, and it's a way, like, without doing it with mushrooms, it's a way where you can do it naturally. You know, you have DMT in our bodies, it's released when you die, so a lot of people hallucinate that way, things like that. So I feel that learning these methods of meditation and everything else is something as a human you should be doing. You should be taught. And meditation for me, you know, melatonin drops, you know, you sleep better, you sleep less. You know, if I meditate twice in a day, I'll sleep probably 4 to 5 hours and be fine. You know, so I think there's so many benefits to it. But I think with astral projection, the main kind of thing I've got, I had it the other day, and it was like a tunnel, and it was like smoke, and it threw me, like, because there was light there and it was smoke, and this sounds so generic, you know, it was a tunnel with light at the end, you know. But basically that was the vision I kind of had, and then what happened, I got so shocked by that, it threw me straight out of it. Because I was like, rah, this is actually happening. And then I couldn't get back into a relaxed state again. I was aware of where I was again. You know, and those flotation tanks put you into that state without you trying to do it yourself. You know, you lay there long enough, you're going to start seeing things. You know what I mean? It will come up. You know, because the mind, it can't sleep. It's picking up on all these other things that might be these thoughts or whatever else is going on. I think that's kind of maybe why you don't need to sleep as much when you meditate, because when you think about it, the brain is such a like it uses the most like energy, doesn't it? Out of the muscles there. So obviously, if you quieten down your mind and your brain is not working as much, for sure you're not using as much energy or don't need to replenish as much. So it makes sense when you think about it. You need to give the mind a break because it is working 24/7. It's working when you sleep. You know what I mean? It's moving that memory around. It's working out what's going on, and you know, and at the same time, I find I get myself the main reason I think it's beneficial is what we were talking about earlier, is thought process, how to control your thoughts, how to control your emotions. Because when you first sit there and try and meditate, most people go, well, why am I going to do that? Or it's not going to do anything. All I'm going to do is sit there and think about things. And that is the process of it. It's being able to control your thoughts to a point. And I get into a state, and my nan is like a Reiki master, holistic. She got me. I used to think she was a bit nuts. She used to stand on her head in the morning every day and stuff like that and meditate and things like that. But now I'm like probably just as nuts as her, so it's calm. But basically she said what you'll get to is a state of colorization, and that or just where you see colors. And that's just where it's really, really bizarre, because you've got no thoughts. You're literally sitting there and just watching a kind of thing in your head. You know, maybe a bit like what you had in the flotation tank. So yeah, that is my process of astral projection, of not really getting too far yet.
So is that anything like...
It's astral body, just to say.
I'm pretty sure it's in Insidious. In the first Insidious. Do you know when they go... Was it the child gets taken or something? And then they go almost to like
Insidious.
Almost like
That's a horror. That's a horror.
Yeah.
I'm not too good with my horrors.
Neither am I. I can't watch them. Honestly, I can't watch them. But is it anything like lucid dreaming?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, it's your astral body. So in a way, it's like, have you heard of the silver cord? So you've got the umbilical cord. The silver cord is the body to consciousness.
Okay.
So it's, people say, can you ever cut the silver cord? As in, if I astral project, will there be a way I can't find my body again? You know, then you've got like remote view. You know, there's a really good documentary on Amazon, and it's just people doing tests. And basically what this one woman is predicting, or just saying, she can vision where this other woman's going. You know, it's all in real time, stuff like that. So that's remote view. So really, that's a kind of astral view, I think. But my view of the astral projecting is it's an astral body. It's another plane, you know, but it's still in the realm of physical, of where we are. But how they teach you in this first course is like, vision you're going down your stairs. You know, is it just in the mind, or are you actually going out of it, you know? Or is it that's reality because that's what you're thinking?
I think I've experienced something like this, funnily enough, and I didn't realize this is what it was at the time, but I was a child, probably, I don't know, 6 years old, 5 years old, walking past a shop on the corner in Tottenham Court Road, like a bed shop, like Dreams or one of those shops. Yeah. And I guess I just assumed, I just thought of it from a different perspective, but I was walking past the window of the shop, but I guess I saw, or maybe my mind saw, I don't know, a view from being inside the shop, looking out at myself walking past with my mum.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would be.
Was you dreaming, or
No, like I was physically, I was walking past the shop window.
Yeah.
But then you saw yourself walking past the shop window.
Yeah.
But
And then when did it switch?
It was only like a second or two.
And then how did you feel after that second or two? Was you like shocked?
I guess,
Or you just kind of
no, I
let
was
it go?
shocked because I remember it to this day. Like it was quite a weird sensation, but I guess I just put it down to the fact that I was just like,
I was tired.
No, I was just imagining what it would be like to
Just
look at myself.
A strong imagination.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like
That's true though. I can see where you're coming from with it, because it's like I'm laying there in my room. Friday night, y'all, living it up. With astral projection, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But you're
on
laying
Friday,
there, right? And it's like, you can feel your energy is out, but I still can't get past the thought process of that I'm still in my body. You know, and I think that is the part to it. And then yours is a bit more like the glitch in the Matrix, like reality happening at the same time that you're happening in it.
Yeah, I mean, I can still recall like seeing it and the way I felt. To this day, it's like really imprinted on me, I'd say. But is this anything like? I'm pretty sure it was you that sent it to me. Stranger Things, what it was based on. You know, those experiments.
So that was the Montauk.
Yeah.
Like again, if I get these names fucking wrong, yeah. I think it's Montauk, right?
But that was to do with.
So that was MK Ultra. So that
projection.
So the CIA released every 40 years. There's a law that they have to release the information that they have, and I think last year, like, you know, with everything else going on, this really needed to go into the mainstream, like, which you saw none of it on the mainstream. But there are documents where you've got the holographic mind, you know, that we're actually just projecting a hologram ourselves. So that's how consciousness works with it, or something like that, I think. I haven't read the documents in depth, but one of them was MK Ultra, which is
that's the one,
which is mind control, which is, you know, which is where I think a lot of these, you know, not saying anything, but like military groups and things, or these crazy things that happen sometimes, and you think, why is that even happen? Like someone's just jumped into a van and run over seven men, you know, for no reason, and he doesn't even work around there or anything else like that. These terrorist acts or things like that, these happen, and you think MK Ultra, if they were testing this about 40 years ago, it's basically mind control, really. So they put them. I mean, really, when you think about it simply, it's more like hypnotizing. You know, and you could go to Magaluf, right? And a guy could go, anyone want to come up on stage? And he'll get like 10 people acting like animals. You know what I mean? So if he can do that, like what can really military bases and things like that do? But yeah, Stranger Things, going back to that, the point I was getting to, I don't think it's really about like the other dimension side, but where the child was tested. What was her name? 11. Yeah, where she was tested and everything else. That's based on a true thing. And Stranger Things was actually going to be called the Montauk project. So it does have a lot of basis around LSD and tanks, mind alteration, things like that. So So yeah, which is nuts that it went that way.
Is that also where they? No, I don't think. I think this was separate. Where they gave soldiers LSD.
Yeah.
Was it there?
I think they were giving soldiers LSD there. Yeah.
And then they just ended up dropping the guns and all that.
Yeah.
Craziness.
They probably started. This isn't right.
Yeah.
Put us back on cocaine, man. You know what I mean? So, right. I think we've done 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 18 seconds. So I think
not bad. Not
nice.
bad
We've
going.
killed it
Not
in the
bad
shed.
going.
I can't thank you guys enough for coming as well.
I'd love for inviting us, man.
Thank you for having us here.
No, definitely,
It's been fun.
definitely. Good.
Hey. So, Chooks, shout yourself out.
Yeah. If you got any shout outs, anything you're doing, any projects you want.
Oh,
to bring to the
yeah,
table.
no, definitely. Follow me on any way you can find me.
Yeah,
How are they going to
I
find
think we
you?
can all
At
find you.
Chooks, at Chooks or at Jesse Chuku. And yeah, like more content coming out soon.
Yeah.
More videos. I'm working on a lot of YouTube stuff at the moment where I'm at Chooks on. So yeah, definitely look out for some new stuff.
At Try the Wanderer, at The Weird Live On.
Yeah.
Killing it everywhere. Know what I'm saying? Podcast out soon. We're going to have Ryan on. It's going to be Out of the Shed with Ryan. Out of his mind with Ryan.
Yeah. Or just do spelling bee with Ryan.
That's funny.
But yeah, calm. Right, let's play it out. What one we're gonna
Green
go
light, red light. Jeez,
The Matrix is everywhere.
for? Yeah. No, calm. Good. I'm gonna play it out. Listen.
That Matrix stuff is trippy.
It's like they've really spun a web. Our consciousness
I can't describe how it is.
is slightly false
To me, it's a slightly darker version,
because there is a
but I could look into my
collective consciousness.
imagination.
Truth is what real reality is based on.
Art, you know,
All my crazy.
your art is there.
Because you say it's like that doesn't mean I'm going to read it.
They still don't know where consciousness is. So when I'm meditating, yeah, I bet you do.